I just tried to race the clock and it didn't work. Oh, damn it. The jiggers. Always the jiggers. Sorry. That potentially sounds extremely bad with no context. Actually ran back and forth. Well, not running because that's a mistake in the house, but jogged, power walked. I don't know. Hello, Ian. Hello, Kirsten. Hello, Megalich. Luke. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, and as is typical for me, I'd planned to get something done before the stream, and I haven't even started. So, I'm going to have a little talk. Honey, I would have been faster if I was masturbating. I could have left the chair for a while. But here we go. Getting myself ready. Come on. There we go. Getting the GoPro ready. All right. We're going to have a little talk about using fruity gin to make an old fashioned. Hey, Asaho, everyone's rocking in earlier tonight. All right, I'm going to make a video about making a gin old fashioned and then sit down and drink it and talk. So, all right, let's get together. Okay. I've been messing around with some experiments today that are going to take a bit longer to resolve because they're experiments. So I've bought cider and paid your electricity bill. Well, that's like adulting, as they say. I got my $250 back from the government, like booyah. Let's see. We want this. Over here, over there, it's the same everywhere. I almost bought some cider because it's in a shop today and they had some in a sale thing. The 6-pack and they're only like $2 a can. It looked like good cider, but I didn't. Because I so rarely drink it these days. All right, now, let me get a few things ready. Red gins. What do I got? Cerise. And I think we'll talk about I've got Brogan's Way here too. Which one's this? Passion fruit. All right, so those are all the gins I'm going to use. Oh my God, I didn't fucking get stuff out of the dishwasher. Fucking hell. I'm going to have to put AIDSy on. So I'm thinking about cranberry bitters. Okay. I want to run out of cranberry bitters. I might have to go to the bitters. All right. I'm going to have to put AIDSy on. What AI art do we have already? Let me see. Person watching a computer screen with a video of a chair on it. Oh dear. I'll show those later. What I need to do is get YouTube. Your videos. All right. So I'm going to be gone for a minute. Matt, how many shirts do I have? About 40. I counted them a while back. There's about 40 of them. All right. So tonight is a light amusement night. Well, I think I'm about to talk about gin in an old fashioned. I think Kirsten at least will be amused by that. Just going to let Aids look after things because I realized I'm far less organized than I thought I was. Where are we? There he is. We don't need me, and I'll full screen that. And I'll be back in a minute or so. Well, okay, I'm going to pause AD for now. You'll probably make another appearance. Good night. Oh, bingo cards, Farringy, you got. Yeah. Is there one about me being really disorganized and forgetting things? Because I'm really doing that tonight. All right. And in a thing that won't be on the bingo cards, because it's a thing I don't do as often as I should, I read the instructions for my GoPro today. I'd forgotten how the interface on it, like the back's a touch screen, and I'd forgotten how it works. I looked it up on the website. Right. Okay. Right, I'm gonna get ready with this. Get ready. There's an old disco song. Get ready, 'cause here I come. Get ready. I'm not really a disco singer, but you know, Here we go. Okay, clearish ice. I think I'm ready to go. I'm going to make it with Bloody Shiraz gin. Spoiled for choice. Right. So I'm going to have a good old chat about these fruity. Well, I'm going to make the cocktail. Right. So that's ready to go. Here I come now. It took about 2.5 ounces. That's a really yummy sugar syrup. Lemony. There. Okay, put some ice in there. Oops. Save the ice. Screw the lid on my thermos. And let's stir that. My God, that tastes good. Okay. I'll just double check the framing of that now. Yeah. Alright, so string. Oh God, I didn't get the cherry ready. Beautiful blood red old fashioned. Nice spritz of orange oils on there. And a cherry. And I didn't bring a skewer, so I'm just going to drop it in. Okay, that is that now. All right, now I just got to do the talky bit. All right, now move this to here. Get some reflection happening there. Switch this on. What are you fine young people doing there? Heini, I don't know if you're an animator. If you want to do your own animation, go for it. Oh, wow, that's... Let's do this and this. Actually, that's kind of it. Okay. Is that recording? Now it's recording. Okay. I can turn this thing around. I just want to see myself. G'day, cocktail lovers. I'm a huge fan of the old-fashioned cocktail, as anyone who watches me regularly will know. And what's really interesting to me about the old-fashioned is you're not limited to whiskey. In pretty much any bar in the world, if you just order an old-fashioned, you're going to get a whiskey old-fashioned. But technically, an old-fashioned is any spirit with sugar and bitters. And I think the spirit that's probably least considered in the realm of old-fashioned is gin. And that's a shame because there's such diversity in gins around the world, particularly in Australia at the moment. There's a lot that lend themselves to gin, particularly the slow style gins. Now, slow gin is a very specific thing in England. It's not S-L-O-W, as a lot of people think. It's S-L-O-E. It's the sloe berries, which are berries from the blackthorn bush. And that is being used to make a fruity gin. Slow gin in the UK is usually lower ABV and quite sweet. Now, the fruity gins in Australia cover a whole spectrum. Some of them are like slow gin, they're lower ABV and sweeter. Some are full strength gins, as in 40% or more ABV. And there's a diversity of elements that are used to flavour the gins. And notably in Australia, a lot of the distillers are very fond of using native plants and botanicals. This one actually plays with the slow gin idea. They spell it S-L-O-W, Slow Passion Gin. This is from Cape Byron in New South Wales. Now, this is 26% alcohol by volume, so this is very much in line with the British slow gins. And what do they use? They use, besides passion fruit, as it obviously says, they also use, among other things, an Australian native called the Davison plum, or at least that's the colonizer name for it. And that is one. This is a quite different one that's made in a distillery about an hour or so drive from me, the Bass and Flinders distillery. They call this their cerise gin. The ingredients on this, besides the obvious juniper, they use botanicals like hibiscus rosella, which is a native Australian, cherries, raspberries, and a hint of orange. They're going for a Turkish delight kind of feeling here. And with 40% ABV, this has got quite a bit more punch. This is from another local distillery, about half an hour's drive from me, Brogan's Way. They do a few fruit-flavoured gins. This one is their passion fruit gin. It's lighter than that one, but just barely at 38% ABV. So again, much stronger than your average slow gin, but it's a great taste. This one's a real taste sensation. This is from the Anther Distillery, which is in Geelong, which is about an hour and a half away from me. This is a limited run they put out recently. They do a cherry gin every year. They apparently have a big cherry pitting party with friends and family where they all get covered in cherry juice as they pit the cherries for that year's cherry gin. This one is actually a blended black cherry and chocolate gin. And it's incredible. It's 30% ABV. And it's just, what else do they have in there? There's juniper, of course, cacao nibs, orris root, nutmeg, vanilla, finger lime, which is a native Australian, and cassia bark. So there's just incredible array of tastes in this one. Another thing more gin makers are doing are using wine or grapes in their. Another thing more gin makers are doing are having wine influenced. Why can I not say the sentence I want to say? Another thing a lot of gin makers are doing are incorporating wine or wine flavors into their gin. This one is from Four Pillars. Again, about an hour and a half away from me. They're Bloody Shiraz gin. And to describe how they do it, they celebrate the arrival of a new harvest. Their distillery is actually in the middle of wine country. And so they use Shiraz grapes. I've got the special arty bottle as well. This is not the normal bottle it's sold in. But yeah, they work with a local vineyard to get Shiraz grapes and incorporate that into the gin distilling to get this very blood red color. Fun story. Apparently, when they were trying to get this into America, it was being held up by the Food and Drug Administration, and they didn't know why. And they eventually said, "Why is it taking you so long to approve it?" And they go, "Well, what sort of blood do you use? And at what stage of the distilling is blood involved?" They had to explain the Australian sense of humor, like, no, it's bloody. It's not. There's no blood. There's no blood. This is the one I'm going to actually make an old-fashioned with today. Pretty straightforward. In a mixing glass, I'm going to put 2.5 ounces of the Bloody Shiraz gin, about 10 mils, a third of an ounce of sugar syrup. If you've got a fruity sugar syrup, all the better. And 2 dashes of cranberry bitters. And then I'm going to stir that for about 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute it. I'm going to strain that into a rocks glass over one of my big pieces of clear ice. And I'm going to use my favorite garnishes, a twist of orange peel and a cocktail cherry. Another benefit of doing a fruity gin old-fashioned, it looks fantastic, particularly this one. I picked the Bloody Shiraz, well, first because it tastes great, but second, it looks really good as an old-fashioned. And as for the taste, tasting notes, what is that? This has a great balance of traditional gin and then wine and fruit flavors. It's a really nice change from a whiskey old fashioned. As much as I love them, I like a little bit of a change now and then as well. And honestly, distillers around the world are getting so creative with what they do with gins. Almost wherever you are in the world, I feel sure there's going to be someone not far from you doing something really interesting with gin. I recommend you get out there, find them, try it. And if you've never done a gin old fashioned, you should give it a go. I think it's really worth it. And I hope to see you again soon. Until such time as I do, cheers. Ugh, I should script these better. Anyway, now I'm going to sit down and talk after all that. Alrighty. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Turn this light out. I don't need a bright light when I'm sitting here. Goodness gracious. Okay, let's chill. Let's chill and talk happy light things, which means don't look at news headlines because bugger me. Not great news headlines because I was looking at them earlier. A bit depressing. And also, I'm just going to throw out, there were 2 reasons I was so super disorganized at the start of this. 2 reasons beyond just it's my usual way to be disorganized. One is I was really overthinking cocktails to make. I should have just made a decision and run with it, but I was tying myself in knots. And then I was just listening to some music as well. Man, that is really fucking yummy, honestly. Besides the fact, it's such a dramatic color. It looks very cool. But it's really goddamn yummy as well. So that's a bonus. Anyway, all right. So I have been Missing. All right, we've just started with the what the stream would have been like if I wasn't here, and it just came on, and it was just my chair. Also love that it's done a few options here, and it's really exploring different sorts of chairs. I think there's like a leather easy chair. And that, I don't even know what you call that. It's very Matrix. Sorry, just with the bald head of the person watching, for some reason made me think of the Matrix. Little kid going to see the Oracle. And this one's a bald head too. And also not wearing clothes. I'm sorry, does this AI know something about all of you that I don't, that you're all watching with you're sorry, the new image, but I'm just thinking you're being, oh, nice. Half wash dishes is job well done, Kirsten. And I don't know how much you were listening, but yes, yeah, bloody sure gin old fashioned. It's firkin yummy. That's really good. But yes, it seems to be drawing all the people. Now, one of them had hair. Okay. Two of them are bald. Only one of the baldies wasn't wearing clothes. All right. Honestly, these ones, I really like Mega Leech. The prompt was realistic image of a gin bottle with a finger above it with a single drop of ketchup to stand in for blood on the fingertip. I think I'm going to use one of these as a thumbnail for my Bloody Shiraz Gin Old Fashioned. This one, very, very big drop going in there. But that's probably my least favorite of the three. This one's interesting. Like the person has really squeezed out a drop to go in there. And I love the silly label. But this one's my favorite. I might use this as the thumbnail for my video. I really quite like this one. So I might actually use that one as the thumbnail for the video. We'll see. But yeah, good use of prompts. Because you just keep practicing. There's going to be jobs for people who are just really good with AI prompts in the future. Oh man, that's good. Oh, okay. I feel like I know that name, Kirsten. Nick Tessia, their new creative drinks manager. I mean, they had pretty good drinks as they were. But maybe that's an excuse to go visit. Oh, it's the guy from Marionette. Okay. Right. So is he going to design their cocktail menu? Because it's a great venue that they built. They spent a goddamn fortune on it. But it's incredible. And it seems like it's really busy all the time too. So good for them. I might go for a weekend away again. Okay. No, I think that sentence didn't quite come out how you wanted it, Safa, but I did see that the OpenAI boss said something about having concerns about it. Again, guy's a fucking hype merchant. I don't trust any. I don't trust any of these friggin' tech people, whether they're saying something really bad or really good about it. It's as long as people are talking about it, it's just like fuck off. That it's so much hype. It's really annoying. Some more than most. Sorry, that was speaking of sentences not coming out quite as you wanted. I meant to say some more than others. Dr. Abigail, the Four Pillars venue, which is out in Healesville, is really good. And yes, they do make great gin. All those gins are great. Every now and then, I go with thinking like, I want to buy another, and I'm like, don't buy any more bottles for God's sake. Look at all those bottles. What the fuck are you doing? You don't even drink that much. Well, depends who you compare me to. So, mate, yeah, the guys most of Sam say AI should be concerned. And you're right. The ones who have already got a head start would benefit if restrictions were placed on their competition. Safa, traditionally, I don't really go for the whole seasonal thing with drinks, but you are absolutely correct. People generally regard whiskey as more of a winter drink and gin probably more of a summer drink. And yeah, I don't really go. I have like tropical drinks in the middle of winter and boozy drinks in the middle of summer. It's fine. Yes, Safa, $50 is about as good as it gets for whiskey in Australia. But the big question is that a good idea? Tell you at the moment, if you got a Dan Murphy's membership, you can get Starward Twofold for $60, which is only slightly more than that, and is a very good drink. So yeah, but $50 for a shit whiskey is $50 down the tubes. Actually, I was going to ask you, Kirsten, if you had the Ned whiskey, just the generic Ned whiskey, which sells for about $55, I think. Did I ever bring the kids into a liquor store? No, I don't think I ever did. It's they're being carded when they're with me. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it inherently. Like if you're with your kids because you can't leave them anywhere, you're going to walk around with you. Some people might worry that it's normalizing the booze too much for kids, and young kids should not drink alcohol. It will very much damage their brain. It is a poison. But yeah, so well, here's the Ned whiskey. How would you rate the Ned whiskey, Kirsten? Is it at all worth it? Because yeah, I saw it on sale for like $55 today, and I thought maybe as a cheap whiskey, because also if I get a disappointing whiskey or rum, I just turn it into a liqueur with my yummy sugar syrup. Oh, musical aviator, working night shift. Not hot off a larp. You're working night shift. It's gotten better. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of getting it just to get it, but I don't know. Because yeah, like I said, although I did get an extra bottle because it was so cheap, you can get twofold at the moment for $60. And in my recent blind taste test, that finished in the top 4. So And the interesting thing, my first exposure to Ned's was at the Holy Water festival I went to a whiles back, and the guy from Ned's was giving a talk, and they gave us tasting paddle for free, which was nice, but also a can of. I'm trying to think if it was with. I can't remember if it was the one with cola or dry ginger ale. So it was like a mix premix in a can. Ned's and it was either Ned's and cola or Ned's and dry ginger ale. Uh, and it was fucking good. Like, I don't normally drink that sort of thing, but this was like actively good. It's like not just tolerable; it was actively good. Um, my other takeaway from Ned's, they've got a sense of humor, which I love. They have some bottles they call the Sounds of Bathurst, and what they did, the whiskey was in barrels, like in a container, or like shipping container, and they got some big ass speakers and played the noises of supercars that like race at Bathurst, and blasted it at the casks, so the casks vibrate. Um, and yes, technically that would do something to the whiskey, sort of get it. I don't know, but just as a gimmick, I thought it was hilarious. I thought it showed they had a sense of humor, and I really liked it as just concept. All right, comparable whiskey at twofold. Yeah, okay. So like, yes, kids, go out and get twofold for $60. And in fact, I was in the Coles bottle and they seem to like it wasn't on special. That's the permanent price for it now has gone down from about $80 to $62. Whereas at Dan's, it's on special. So, okay, they got a guy called Seb Reburn, took over 3 years ago, changed the wood policy. There you go. Yeah, I think what they're doing, and I will applaud them if it works. Besides, they do have some. Ned does have some special bottles. They've targeted the more budget market, particularly with the premixes in cans. They want Australians by default. Don't do Jack Daniels, don't do Jim Beam, do Ned's. And if they pull it off, good on them. Good on them. I was at Scotty as the brand ambassador. Yeah, he gave a great talk. It was very good. Yeah, and he told the story about the Sounds of Bathurst stuff. And I have seen it on their website. I just think that's hilarious. Blasting the sound of V8 supercars at your whiskey barrels. It's goddamn funny. What's Dr. Abigail's, meet some cheap twofolds? Oh, God, actually, this is a nice wallet image. I do actually need some tech support, Dr. Abigail. We should, talk in the Discords or something. Oh, what a great circle of life. Seb, who's running Ned, is married to Dr. Durr from Anther. Again, that also reminded me of another thing that I find hilarious. So many Australian distillers are scientists, and they're using their like chemistry degrees to be distillers, which I think is awesome. It's great. Practical application of science. Should be more of it. Yes. See, now I feel like I'm in withdrawal. I haven't visited a distillery for a while. I think, Dr. Abigail, you shared me something is happening at Patient Wolf, and I didn't get the. Is it on Gin Day? because World Gin Day's next month. But yes, I mean, that sounded like a thing to go to. The fine folk at Patient Wolf. I was kind of floored Blake remembered me. I ran into Blake at Holy Water, and he remembered me. And I was just like, I didn't really thought I was that memorable. And he must have seen, hundreds, thousands of people. But he said hi. And I was like, oh, hi. Und so. Yum, that's really yummy. I don't even know if I'll make another video tonight. I might keep me going. I had some ideas. and I love another of the images. This is probably what Ned's did. Bunch of whiskey barrels in a room while the sounds of V8 supercars get blasted at them. That's probably how they did it. So, okay, I even looked it up on the bloody okay, what do we call it? I put PAT and it auto completes to Patient Wolf Distillery because that's something I've looked up regularly. Okay, yes, I'm over 18. I'm not going to subscribe. I feel sure. Okay, yes, because they're bringing out this pink gin, which they reckon is really good on a martini. Pink Lake gin. What's in the navigation? Events. Friday, June 2. Oh, and then there's a cocktail masterclass on the 9th. Oh, it's on the 2nd and the 9th. Or 2 evenings of cuvee chocolate pairings. Oof. June 28th. Chocolate and gin. God damn. All right, now I found the dates now. There you go. Blake is good at his job remembering people. No, but I mean, it's the thing. Like, I'm joking about Ned doing the thing with the big speakers blasting supercar. It would do something. Whether it's good, bad, indifferent, I'm not to judge. But absolutely, if you blasted sound at whiskey in barrels, the vibrations would do something. It would affect how the whiskey interacts with the wood. But I just love it because I think it shows they have a sense of humor. That's good. All right, so those gin events are 2 and 3 weeks away. Okay. Oh, I go into the office on a Friday, brownie points like I'm a super dedicated person because the Patient Wolf is much closer to where I work than where I live. Oh, well, I don't know what piezo.com is. When I type POR into my browser, I get portobellomushrooms.com. Ha ha! Not pornography. The devil's work. That's the devil's work. Also, who are the other great brand ambassadors? Ben at Brogan's Way is a really nice guy. I mean, I guess you have to be a good people person to be a brand ambassador. I'm going to finish one of my old fashions, I think. It's just a little bit left in this. Which actually, and you get a angry bingo square for this. It's probably time to think about something to put in one of the barrels to barrel age it. So finish that. Still got the other one though. Still got, I don't know, 3 serves in it. Let that chill and dilute for a bit. I literally kept, these are 1 liter Maker's Mark bottles, and I literally kept them just for barrel age stuff because the barrels, they told me they were 1 liter barrels. They probably hold about, they actually probably hold about 1.2 liters. But you do get, or you can get some evaporation when you barrel age something. So, I got to think what I might put in the barrel next. We're talking about twofold before. I've actually got some twofold in one of the barrels. That's what I did when it was cheap. I thought, well, I'm going to get another bottle, and the bottle I've got, I'm going to put in a barrel, and in a month or two, I'll do a comparison, see if I like how it tastes after it's been in the barrel for. It's only been about 3 weeks so far. Yeah, it's only a bit more than 3 weeks. I want to do it for at least a month. And I don't know, up to several months. Who knows? The other thing that I'm interested in trying, I've got some vermouth aging in one of the barrels. I want to know if that was a good idea. It's actually a blend of vermouths. So I want to see if that's a good idea. Or if I'm gonna regret that. Oh man, that's a much earthier taste than the gin old fashioned. Ooh, that mofo is warm going down. Man, it's fucking tasty though. Tasty and smoky and yummy. Oof, man, and that taste just freaking sits. It's staying with me. Megaleech, yes. Once you open a bottle of vermouth, you should keep it in the fridge or it will oxidize. But I am deliberately aging this one like it's in a barrel. It's not airtight, but I'm deliberately trying to develop something. So that's what I said. I hope that barrel aging the vermouth wasn't a bad idea. It might be. I might, taste the barrel aged vermouth and go, well, that was a terrible idea. That tastes like shit now. But, that's the nature of experiments. What are the other ones? Vodka and port. Yes, Safa. Fun facts. I'm full of. We had a discussion one night about fallacies, folklore, bullshit about alcohol, and I feel like I should have written it all down. I could make a video out about things that you might think are true but aren't. Front and center was absinthe being hallucinogenic. Oh man, the flavors in that, because I don't even remember. That was like 3 or 4 different whiskeys in that, and bitters, and my brown sugar syrup. Oof, and those flavors. Man, that's yummy. It's like the cinnamon's coming through, the bitters is coming through, those aromatic bitters. Feel like smoke from the barrel chars coming through as well. God, it's almost cherry. I don't think I put any cherry syrup in there. But it's yummy. It's just some deep sort of fruity flavor going on there. It's very goddamn nice is what I'm saying. Could upset Dr. Abigail by describing the melty patterns that are developing in my ice as erosion. I stand by it. I think it's technically erosion. Erosion is melty rock. This is melty ice. I think it's still erosion. It's the action of the liquid on the ice that formed the patterns. I think that qualifies as erosion. But, language, yes, I got the reaction. Language is an imprecise thing and an evolving thing. It's not a static thing. It's imprecise and it's constantly changing. Oh my God. I'm just really enjoying that. Like, it's such a bang change from the gin old fashioned, but I'm really liking it, man. I was thinking of doing a lighter gin drink as well. Let me see. I got distracted. Damn it. Oh, no, that was a fun news story. Ex-New South Wales Liberal leader's son got busted for running a major drug operation. Hey, Bernie, how you doing, man? This is COVID hair, man. Someone said I had a mullet. It's not a mullet because it's the same length on the top and sides as it is at the back. It's just I brush it back. I've been thinking about getting a haircut, but I don't know. So yes, I both let it grow out and let it go to its natural color during COVID. Stella said to smack me. She's a geologist. Okay, what are you doing that secret side chat with Stella, or was this on a previous occasion? Oh, I love you too, Bernie. Thank you. Cheers to whoever's watching at Bernie's house. Oh my God, that's so good. Oh, sorry. I also feel a bit, am I being egotistical? Because that's like a drink I made myself, and I'm just every sip, I'm just like, God damn. Oh, Christy's with you. I thought it sounded like you weren't alone. Hello, Christy. Secret side chat, not so secret now. Ah, well, let's see. Thanks. Love you too, Christy. Doing a musical Jekyll and Hyde with Warrigal Music Society up past Druin. So you've just got to learn at home. Oh my God. That's a bit of pressure. Not actually rehearsal. So you've just got to learn it at home and then show up and perform. Okay. No pressure. No pressure, musical aviator. No pressure at all. Ah, dear. Oh, yeah. So, Dr. Abigail, we'll pass on my best to Stella. Completely understand if she needs to chill and have time by herself. Just let her know I'm thinking of her. Why am I looking younger? Oh, the pair of you are wonderful. Look, I'm going to go with it's my lighting and comparatively low resolution. You can't see any wrinkles. Because I'm looking at the screen, I don't really see my wrinkles. I take my glasses off. Do that. Honestly, on top of that, Bernie, it's just my good, clean Christian living that keeps me looking young. No, that's okay. Yeah, and that's okay. Completely. Oh, she's listening, so that's good. Ah, Bernie, you're a sweetie. That's all I'm saying. Um, okay. Actual no fucking around for real. It's staying out of the sun. Because okay, so I grew up in the country, and even growing up in Dubbo, I would stay out of the sun. So I was pale as a ghost. Um, but then, yeah, I left Dubbo after school, went to college, went to Sydney, and I remember going back and visiting Dubbo like about 10 years, or was it more than that? Let's say it was 10 or 15 years after school and visiting and running into someone who I went to school with who was actually younger than me. And I was looking at him and he had like wrinkles and crow's feet. I was going, dude, you look old as fuck. And it's the brutal sun. It's people who go out in the brutal sun. Bernie, which city do you live in? Because I've forgotten. I know we interact on the Facebooks and whatnot. Um, but I'd fucking love to catch up, man. You can message me about that. I am in fair Melbourne. I forget which city you're in. Surrey Hills, Sydney. Is that it? Um, yeah. Okay. No, I did spend 10 years in Sydney. If look, I tell you, if you and Christy or either one of you, if you come down to Melbourne, man, freaking great city, lots of great places to go out. Bring Mrs. Angry, have the four. That's look, dude. Anytime, like bringing if you're able to come down here, message me. Oh yes, and smoking. Yes, Doctor Abigail. I remember. Uh, um, oh God, this old lady who lived with me growing up. You see, people who smoked their whole lives, they actually get the lines that from the puckering. It's wild. Smoking lines. Yes, I don't smoke and I stay out of the sun. Oh yeah, no, I just again generational compadres love to hang out. Uh, so yeah, if there's an occasion where you're coming to Melbourne, hit me the fuck up, dude. Oh, you're getting married. That's lovely. That's nice. Again, loving the pictures you post on the face. You'll notice one difference with me, and this is largely because of uh, the angry people that I wound up on YouTube. I don't post pictures with any of my family on the socials. Stella, yeah, okay, I just addressed the mullet question. It's not a mullet because, look, this is long. It's not short. See, I'm going to stay like this all night. See, it's long. This is all long. I just brush it back. So, yes, it is long at the back. I can tie it back. This is the longest my hair's ever been in my whole life. And that's COVID. But yes. Also, yeah, because I haven't washed my hair for a couple of days. So when I brush it back, it tends to stay there. Straight after I wash it, it's all floofy and sits around everywhere. It is obviously not a mullet. At the moment, you are forgiven for thinking of mullet. We again, the marriage thing. Me and Mrs. Angry have been together like 18 years. Our relationship's allowed to drink in pubs now. When we're not actually married, when marriage equality happened, we talked about we might actually do it now. So it's a thing we might do too. Hitler with a comb over mullet. All right, don't encourage me. I'll just do the yeah, and just be like this for the rest of the night. I literally have been thinking about getting a haircut. I don't know what I'll do. So Chris and you got together through COVID. Oh, that's so nice. That is so nice. Goddamn love story, Bernie. I love it. You two are just fantastic. Safa, we could get a partner certificate, but we're just living our lives. We did talk about doing a registry wedding, like not a fucking church or anything. That's just not our thing. And actually, the other thing was like with all the offspring being over 18, they can be witnesses as well. So, dude, yes. Beautiful COVID love story. Turn it into a movie. I'm on board, man. I am on board. Oh, Sarfak, Jesus Christ, you want punk? My short hair was more punk rock. I grew my hair long-ish, and I swear to God, was it a mullet? Kind of. It was like a faux hawk because I actually shaved it at the sides. And it was quite actually it was a mullet. I think it was just a mullet. And it was the 80s though. I was allowed to have a mullet in the 80s. Actually, unironic mullets are super popular with young folk these days. So that's a whole thing. All right. So yes, I don't know. I don't know if I should because I brush my hair back and you get my 5 head and yeah, no, I knew it. That's that. I don't know, Safra. I think this is more heavy metal than punk, but it's I do that. See, now you just got me. I'm just going to play with my hair all night. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Oh, but yes, when the hair all sits around here, it definitely looks like a mullet. Because again, my hair goes. Yes, that's a bingo square, isn't it? I feel like that's a bingo square. Yes, Mad Max hair. That's it, Safa. It's definite Tales from the Wasteland hair. I'm a Morton Joe. Yes. A Morton Joe had hair like this, didn't he? Yes. I am absolutely a Morton Joe. Oh, no, sorry. Like, Discord's being weird to me. Do, do, do. Yeah, no, honestly, Safa, I take the Immortan Joe reference as a compliment. Good old Hugh Keysburn. Oh my god, that guy's such a fucking legend. Okay, little trivia. Not everyone know. Actually, if you're a Mad Max fan, you'll know this, but not everyone knows the actor who was Immortan Joe in Fury Road was in the original Mad Max film. He was the God, I'm getting their names mixed up now. Toe Cutter. No, he's Toe Cutter. Knight Rider was the guy who gets killed. Toe Cutter was like the second in command of the gang who takes over when Knight Rider gets killed by Max. Yes, no, I was definitely I was Immortan Joe. Yes, so no, I wasn't really in Mad Max. I wish. But Hugh Keysburn, who plays Immortan Joe in Fury Road, was the lead bikie in the original Mad Max, the Toe Cutter. They're not the same character, or are they? No, because Max. Okay, spoiler for a 50-year-old film. How old is Mad Max? It's 70s. 45-year-old film. Spoiler for a 45-year-old film. Max kills the Toe Cutter. So they're not the same. Max is popular in Russia, probably because Russia feels apocalyptic. I had a Russian friend through the socials, and there were all these videos of people doing this dangerous shit on buildings, like dance on high-rise buildings, dancing on ledges and hanging off ledges and shit. And I was going, why the fuck is this so popular in Russia? And her guess was, it's just life was so fucked and meaningless in Russia. It was the only way to feel something, to do something that could kill you. Because so many Russian people felt like they have no control over their lives and they have no future. It was not quite parkour, but it was just doing really dangerous shit on the edge of high-rise buildings. Loto, psychopaths do that? Hello. Also, just to help you out, you're watching on Twitch. If you're wondering who the hell am I talking to, most people watch me on YouTube, but I restream to Twitch and Facebook. So some people watch me on Twitch, some people watch me on Facebook, most people watch me on YouTube. So that's me just explaining to you who the hell I'm talking to. You can't see them. Oh, Loto, you're saying psychopaths are likely to... Oh, look, people who do parkour, skydiving, wingsuits, it's all dangerous. And yeah, Safa, the secret's out. I am talking to myself. Yeah, no, it's the thing I do. Talk to myself. You know what? I am not going to make any more videos tonight. I kind of like doing it, but I just really like talking to everyone. I say that now. It's only 9 o'clock. Who the fuck knows? Man, could I make I have a couple more drinks and then make a really drunk video in a couple of hours? I might. Bitch, I might. All right. Should I pace myself, actually? Maybe I should. I got some soda water. Yeah, no, I am. It's 9 o'clock. I'm relatively sober. Had 2 drinks. Which again, I definitely wouldn't drive a car at the moment because with all our jokes about being Tim Smith, I'm not a fucking sociopath like Tim Smith. And I won't drive a car when I know full well I shouldn't. Dr. Abigail Graventry, soda water. Is soda water a square? If so, you're exceptionally good at picking shit I say. I didn't know soda water was a square on bingo. So for 25%, yep, I'm probably not even half. I think you're right, man. I don't think I'm even half Tim Smith. Mind you, I'm putting this sour... Fuck it, I'm pouring it all in. No, it's full. Pouring my sour clarified cocktail into the soda water and see. All right, there you go. Okay, I didn't know soda water was a square. So that's a genuine win. If anyone had the soda water square on their Angry Bingo, I didn't even do that on purpose. I didn't know that was a square. Cheers. Oh man, that's fucking great because that was actually a little bit too sour by itself, but pouring it into the soda water, that fucking works. So I'm going to have a highball now. Classy motherfucker. Actually, that's a thing I might do. Later. I'm going to have this one now. Might have a highball. All right, so I am looking for something. Days. This website was not working earlier today. It's working now. So, coming up tomorrow, World Whiskey Day. I'm going out for a special whiskey event tomorrow for World Whiskey Day. Yeah, boy. And there's a wine day, a mint julep day, a moonshine day, a cider day, a cognac day, gin day, June 12. I reckon I'm going to do a blind tasting of gins for World Gin Day. And then it's National Bourbon Day. Martini Day. I'm having Martini Week. I've got some fucking plans for Martini Week. let me tell you. And the short version of my plans for Martini Week, drinking martinis. Getting fucking shit-faced, bro. Now I want to go out and get my freezer martini, actually. But that's yummy. That's going to keep me going for a while. Oh no, are you working on World Whiskey Day, Stella? Or is it a medical thing? Because I had that recently, and it's actually good. Like I don't drink alcohol every day, but like recently when I had antibiotics, basically meant I wasn't allowed to drink alcohol for about 10 days. And I thought, okay, I'd always assumed I could just not drink alcohol if I chose not to. I just choose to drink alcohol because I like to drink it. But here's the thing: you're not allowed to drink alcohol for 10 days. Is this going to stress me out? And it didn't. And that was a nice bit of reassurance that I could not drink alcohol if it came out. Oh, yeah. No, teeth out because, yeah, you'll bleed and shit. Yes. You also, because you have to drive husband to airport stupid early. Ah, yes. Yes. Good. See, we're all responsible when we need to be and irresponsible when we can be. See, that's what I think the balance is. Be responsible when you need to be irresponsible when you can be. It's good. Oh man, that's fucking yummy. All right, last little bit. I'm going to pour that in there. Oh, I was actually doing a clarification experiment today. I'm going to explain it. Yes, we're adulting. Because normally when I do a clarified cocktail, I use something citrusy to curdle the milk because that's the easiest way to do it. But there are other ways you can. Basically, anything acidic will curdle milk. And I was looking, and I have done it with vinegar as well. Vinegar will work for clarifying. And I thought, well, tomatoes are acidic. And oh yeah, sorry, milk clarifying is another square. That's true. And again, I just genuinely did it. But tomatoes are acidic, so I figured tomato juice should curdle milk. And I know red wine is acidic enough to. So I did a couple of experiments today where I'm doing a clarification with tomato juice and with wine, and it's the wine worked really well. The tomato juice sort of did, but it's building up. I am going to make a clarified Bloody Mary and see what it's like. So yeah, nice. Gin enhanced is the best enhanced, Dr. Abigail. Oh, a 3-bottle whiskey haul. Do tell. Please let me know which they are. And yeah, clarified cocktails fucking rock. I largely make them now, like, because I have an orange that I use to make garnishes for cocktails. And when I've denuded it of all its peel, then I juice it and use that as a base for a clarified cocktail. But yeah, now I'm doing a specific experiment, and I'm going to I might make it on Sunday, for Sunday stream, a clarified Bloody Mary, because I think that's a really fun idea. And I want to see what it looks like. And that would be like in a highball with lots of ice. I think that'll be a fun sort of thing. But yes, I just drank the last of my clarified cocktails. So on Sunday, I might make a clarified Bloody Mary. And see how that goes. Because that'd be fun, because I could put some really over-the-top flavorful things in the Bloody Mary and then clarify it. And that should do amazing stuff to the flavors. And I guess it'll probably be the standard sort of pale yellow or maybe orangey looking clear drink. It's fun. It's an experiment. So, yeah. Nick Offerman edition Lagavulin, Mount Fuji, so that's Japanese, I think. Glengrant, all from the Whiskey Club. That sounds good. Because there was it might have been for the Parks and Rec show, but yes, Nick Offerman did a thing where he went to Scotland to see where the whiskey was made. And I believe the Nick Offerman edition Lagavulin, he literally was at the Lagavulin distillery and they let him taste from a bunch of different barrels and he kind of went, oh, this one. And that was the Nick Offerman edition. Again, he just seems like such a nice person. Like it was a joke. His character on Parks and Rec was really conservative and gruff and whatnot. And that's kind of a persona he cultivated. But he does do live shows, like stand-up shows. And his wife is Megan Mullally, who was the drunk lady on Will and Grace. And it's just like they seem to just be so in love. Like you get male comedians of a certain age, which is my age, who go on it and just all these dumb jokes about how much they hate their wife. Whereas Nick Offerman builds comedy shows around how in love with his wife he is. It's fucking great. But yes, he's a pretty cool dude, he seems. Oh, yeah, and he was really good in that episode of The Last of Us he was in as well as the survivalist nutcase. Oh, see, Saf, okay. I feel like I need to do my YouTube origin story again. I started doing a blog because I wanted to do stand-up comedy and I was working out material on my blog. And I did do some open mic stuff, but then YouTube came along and I realized I could reach orders of magnitude more people on YouTube. So I said, fuck live comedy and did YouTube. I don't need the stress of trying to be a comedian now. Yes. So it started with an episode of Parks and Rec, but he keeps going back there. Again, he's very cool. I think there's like a video on YouTube, 10 hours of Nick Offerman just sitting by an open fireplace, drinking whiskey. Fucking great. And him and the Aussie actor who were the couple in The Last of Us, that was, oh my God, that episode was fucking beautiful. It was so good. Gets random people buying him giant steaks and he eats them. Again, yes. A lot of people who form parasocial relationships with celebrities have trouble understanding that, particularly actors who play particular roles or comedians who project particular personas, that's not necessarily who they are. Same with musicians as well, actually. But yes, Nick Offerman just seems like a lovely person who's very much in love with his wife and just wants to send positive vibes to people, which is great. I also think that's how he could play a conservative character that progressive people love, because he has such empathy. And so you just kind of found this gruff guy really lovable. Because he wasn't even mocking conservatives. It was great. Oh, he doesn't eat the steaks. Okay. I don't know what he's eating. Yes, Stella, Last of Us made you cry. Oh, Hold the Door from Game of Thrones. Yeah. Speaking of TV shows that make you cry, I was on YouTube today and just the thing that popped up from the Doctor Who YouTube channel was the clip of, Vincent and the Doctor go to the museum. I thought, yeah, why not? Just, get all sniffly and bring a tear to the eye. Watch the thing where Vincent gets brought up to the modern world to see an exhibition of his work and find out how important he is. Because I cannot watch that without getting emotional. That's yeah, oof. That was just oof. I think I want to rewatch The Last of Us, actually, because it was such a good show. Now, here's the thing. There's a podcast to go with it, which if you enjoyed the Last of Us TV show, you should really listen to the podcast because it's with the showrunner, and it has people from the video game in it, and they tell you all the shit they did. And the theme, which I think I was aware of unconsciously, but they brought it forward to me to be conscious. The Last of Us is about love and what people do for love. And some people do terrible things for love. Some people do wonderful things for love. But yeah, the way they bring it forward, that when every character who does something awful does it for love, and it's like, ooh, ooh, oh, okay, that hits quite hard when you tell me that. Oh yes, if you're in a depressive mode, that would hit particularly hard. Again, being out of a depressive mode. Oh, sorry. Hi, Justin, by the way. I'll say hi before I go off on a ramble. I have to admit what I really like about that, because the Doctor and Amy are with Vincent, and Amy knows Vincent's story, how depression kills him. But they can time travel, so they can take Vincent to the modern world and show how important he is. And it's wonderful. And Vincent tears up, hugs and kisses the museum guy. And Amy's just like, yeah, we showed Vincent everything's going to be okay. I feel like we've saved him. Vincent still dies because of depression. And it's just... and the fact that they didn't take some easy pat way out, like it was an alternate timeline where they saved Vincent, because mental health is not that simple. Giving someone one good day doesn't necessarily turn everything around. Oh, Stella, there was so much in The Last of Us, like the shift from the dad figure calling her baggage, to the dad figure calling her baby girl, is, oh, that shit was intense. Yeah, depression doesn't work like that. And I was so glad they did that. Like, Amy has a brilliant idea, show Vincent how important he's going to be. Vincent loves it. Vincent is so touched to find that out. It's so overwhelming. Depression still kills him. And I thought that was really gutsy. Yes, Safa, I'm now spoiling a 10-year-old Doctor Who episode. I'm very cruel. Oh, yeah, and Chester. Yeah, no, so many wonderful people who achieve so much and have so many people love them. The mental health challenges are just too much. It's like saying I can beat cancer because people love me. Can you? Can you? I don't know. Maybe, but maybe not. So yeah, there were layers upon layers of why that episode. Oh, The Last of Us. Dude, okay, if you really wanted to watch The Last of Us, you would have watched it. So, but yeah, no, it's just like people do good things and people do bad things, and it was fascinating. Also, because the guy is like the showrunner on The Last of Us, also wrote and was the showrunner on the Chernobyl miniseries, and the podcast that accompanies that is just as good. But it's just incredible. They just do these deep dives, and it's just like you find out the people from the guy who hosts the podcast is I'm forgetting the characters' names, but the guy who hosts the podcast is the guy who did the voice for the dad character in the game The Last of Us, and he got to be a cameo in the show. The woman who does the voice for the Ellie character in the game gets a cameo in the TV show. And there were so many tie-ins like that where they got people who worked on the video game to be in the TV show as well. It was fucking great. It's great. But I thoroughly recommend it. Like, watch an episode of The Last of Us, then listen to the corresponding podcast episode. And it's a fucking incredible journey. It's really good. I feel like I definitely want to rewatch it. Because it's like there's fucked up shit in it, and there's really beautiful stuff in it, and it's particularly funny because there's some stuff in the TV show that's not in the game, and it's just when they were doing it, they came up with a thing where they go, "What if?" Blah, 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 blah. And the guy who developed the game, when the guy who developed the TV show says, "Hey, we're going to do a thing like this. What do you think?" And he goes, "Well, I think I fucking hate you because I never thought of that for the game and it's fucking perfect. Fuck you for coming up with an idea that was better than my idea." And I found that really funny. Oh, yeah. No, when the early Game of Thrones, which was more closely based on George R. Martin's writing, because, yeah, those guys who were running the show lost their way a bit in the last season, particularly. But then again, that's George R. Martin's fault for not finishing the last couple of books. So we'll see. Also, the current audiobook I'm listening to is a collection of short stories / novellas, prequels for The Expanse. And listening to the first one, I found out a thing I didn't know. Because you look at the books for The Expanse, they say they're written by James Corey. It's two people. It's actually two people. It's wild. Oh yeah, but they're just fucking homophobes. It's like they've got no excuse. There's no excuse for these guys just going like they didn't like the gay stuff. It's like, well, fuck you. Yeah, it's weird. I think from what I've read, George R. R. Martin, he's talked about, because there's a whole group of people who are managing continuity for what he's writing, that even if he dies, they could actually publish stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I think if he wanted to finish the Game of Thrones books, he would. I think you're onto something, John Ropigo. Oh no, he has a staff. There are people who are employed to remember shit that he can't remember. So when he writes stuff, it goes to these other people and they say, "Hey, no, that contradicts X." Oh, thank you for reminding me, Safa. I have not watched Visions season 2. I want to. For those who don't know what it is, Disney commissioned just a whole bunch of independent animation studios just do a Star Wars story. Like, it's outside of canon, just something in the Star Wars universe. And you got some old stuff. So, Safi, you reckon season 2 is better than season 1? Now I really want to watch it. Because that's very interesting. And Stella George might be fucking with us. Yes, he might. Because now he's involved in the House of the Dragon stuff. And that was okay. Season 1 of House of the Dragon was okay. And yes, we don't want to do spoilers. But, you like it better than season 1. Okay. I didn't mind season 1. I'll have to watch it. I might watch some of it this weekend, actually. Maybe tomorrow, like tomorrow is usually, particularly after party night, there's usually a bit of recovery, which involves me just sitting on the lounge watching stuff. I got a big thing of Turkish pide bread. Was at the supermarket this afternoon, so I can just make myself a big fucking bacon sandwich for brunch because I don't know when I'll get out of bed tomorrow. Sometimes I get up relatively early, and sometimes I don't get out of bed till 10 or 11. It varies quite a lot. So I figure I'm going to be doing brunch. So I got this pide, and I'm just going to make myself like a big fucking bacon sandwich for brunch or lunch, depending what time I get up. And I probably won't eat anything till I go out in the evening. So Georgie's going to get halfway through Dream of Spring and die for shits and giggles. Yeah, but for reals though, I'm for real. As I understand it, there's enough stuff so that if he does die, they could publish it. Oh yes, a pizza loaf. Yes, I might do that on Sunday. I've just kind of already got in my head, big ass bacon sandwich for brunch or lunch tomorrow. But it's a big fucking piece of pide. So I might do a pizza one on Sunday. All I got, okay, I went to the supermarket. All I got was tomato juice, so I could do my clarified tomato juice experiment. Pepsi Max, so I had some Pepsi Max, and then there was some pide bread on special. And I went, oh, well, yep, that's me for the weekend. So yeah. Okay, so Lucasfilm was involved in one of the Visions episodes. Cool. What I enjoyed about season 1 is because it was completely different studios doing stuff. There's a completely different vibe, completely different styles of animation. Some were light-hearted, some were dark, some were, really challenging. So, yeah, I will. I'll probably watch at least some of season 2 this weekend. Husband's away, so you're only eating gluten and dairy. That sounds like pizza. That sounds like a very pizza weekend. So good for you. Drinking. Ugh. Oop, I heard a Discord beep. What's beeping on Discord? Oh, okay. So these AI image generators actually do food quite well. So Megaleech has given them the prompt: a pide loaf with diagonal cuts stuffed with salami, pizza sauce, and cheese and bacon. So these are mostly going to look pretty appetizing. Because, oh God, what the fuck? Okay. Sorry, shit wasn't working when I clicked on it. So, but yes, these things. Toby, you're on the Facebook. Oh my gosh, Kirsten, you're doing mac and cheese, carbonara. Oh man, that's some good shit. But preparatory AI food porn. That's pretty good. I do like how the AI image generators do food, actually. And this one. These look pretty impressive, honestly. And this is probably my favorite one. This probably looks the tastiest. Oh no, Stella, you're on a liquid diet. Fuck you. Yep, no. I'm on a liquid diet at the moment too. Oh. Kirsten, gluten-free pizza's good. Don't want to know if the gluten pizza's good. Elaine, want that's not fair to husband. But again, yeah, you definitely get good gluten-free products. The funniest thing, okay, because you get the people with celiac. Um, I never know what the right one way to say it. You have celiac disease. You are celiac. You're a I don't know, but the people who genuinely can't process gluten, it will at best make them sick, and at worst cause serious health problems. Um, the funny thing, and then there became this weird trendy thing of people who had no reason to be gluten free declaring gluten free was a good thing. I just saw a social media post from someone who was celiac who said, "Thank you, you fucking weirdos who made gluten free stuff mainstream." Because years ago, there were no options for me and it fucking sucked. And now there's an entire aisle in the supermarket of gluten free products because you fucking weirdos decided it was important for you. So thank you, weirdo um, uh, food trend people. That's good. And yes, Uncle Rain, I went to the supermarket in the afternoon and it was kind of threatening all day, the rain, and the weather just turned massively when I was inside the supermarket. And I was like, it's all inside, go to an underground car park, come out, and it's pissing down rain. And I was like, this is very different to when I got here. Oh, you've just been diagnosed celiac. Yeah, no, not being able to have gluten fucking sucks. Yeah. I was not saying that in a PC way. It's like literally, I was just like, do we say you are celiac? You have celiac disease? But yeah, it's it's very funny that the people who actually are celiac benefit from stupid hipster food trends. Um, it's great. So many more options than there were, say, a decade ago. It's wild. Oh, wow. Oh gosh. Sorry. Oh, Juzzy. These look great. Oh, I thought they were a freaking montage. They're different images. Okay, this one's weird. Justin's done some. I'm just going to show a couple of them because they're very weird using a different image generator. I keep clicking on the wrong goddamn thing. Nope, that is also the wrong thing. For fuck's sake. So yeah, that looks almost realistic, like salami and a bread thing. That's almost realistic. Um, and this one, that does not really look realistic. That is quite weird. That one's quite weird. Uh, but I wanted to show this one because this is fucking trippy. Like it's pizza slice. I don't know. That can't decide what it is. That one's really weird. That makes me laugh a bit. Oh gosh, Telly, you're saying there's more options now, but most of them still suck. Oh god. Oh, there you go. Amy's Kitchen. Make a decent gluten-free mac and cheese. Yes, you don't sound bitter at all, Stella. Just throwing it out there. You don't sound bitter at all. Oh my god. Oh gosh. Uh I kind of love gluten. Again, gluten's an awful word. Gluten just sounds bad. Like glutinous. That doesn't sound good, but yes, so many things I like have gluten. So it's fair. I remember going to a vegetarian Chinese restaurant, like where they'd made the stuff so the meal looks like it's got meat in it when it doesn't. So it was like textured vegetable protein and gluten, and it's stuff made to look like meat. It was pretty wild. Oh, there you go, Kirsten. Oh, what am I doing? 10 years experience if you want recommendations. Maybe you need to be ordering stuff from the internet, Stella. 'Cause that's where I'm getting my food at the moment. The majority of my food, as we know from the text messages that come on Thursday. And thankfully, I also tend to get reminders from Dr. Abigail and Megaleech that I'm going to get a text from YouFoods saying that it's going to deliver it to me. So, and they also like to send me a text message after they deliver it to me saying, we delivered it to you. But yes, so I tend to get most of my food delivered at the moment. It's yummy. All right, so Megaleech, those things are at Woolies and Coles. There you go. I mean, I see the reminders from YouFoods are okay, but I particularly am grateful to the reminders from Dr. Abigail and Megaleech that I'm going to. Actually, usually Dr. Abigail tends to remind me that I'm going to get a YouFoods notification, and Megaleech tends to remind me that Dr. Abigail might remind me that I'm going to get a YouFoods reminder. So, it all works. It's good. HelloFresh is German. Well, there you go. Nazi food. Yes, Safa, they do tend to leave it at the front door. But they also text me when they deliver it, which is good. Arrived today. So I've got another week's worth of food. And I've got some freaking frozen stuff from Light and Easy in the freezer as well. So I'm set. It's all good. I've had a pretty decadent week because it's Mrs. Angry's birthday week and it was Mother's Day. So we had a Mother's Day lunch, which fucking rocked because the food was excellent. And this venue had updated their cocktails. And I tried some of their new cocktails and they were fucking incredible. And then we went out on Wednesday night and we're going out tomorrow. Wait, I've got a text message. A reminder that I'm currently talking about food. It is so useful. Like literally, I thought, wait, there's another mess. Okay, no word of a lie. There's another message I haven't opened, and I looked, and it's the message that my YouFoods was successfully delivered. Oh my god. Oh, neat. Justin, it's on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Safa, not all Germans are Nazis. You say that, but pfft, pfft. Oh, neat. Stella, are you on my Discord, by the way? Because Megaleech just posted a bunch of gluten-free stuff on there. I feel like maybe you are. I don't know. It's so hard for me to keep track of things. I'm so easily confused. Mm. Yes. Great Simpsons. Again, The Simpsons has such weird German references. And that's a Sideshow Bob has Die Bart Die tattooed on his chest. And when he's trying to appeal to be released from prison, and they go like, that's pretty bad, Die Bart Die. And he goes, no, it's German, the Bart the. Well, no one who speaks German could be evil. And there's the other one with the Germans who buy the nuclear plant, and Burns screws them over to buy it back. When they say, "One day you will find out that we Germans are not all sunshine and chocolate," and Burns goes, "Oh no, the Germans are angry. Oh, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?" Oh, so Stella, I'm on something of yours that came out worse. No, that's exactly how I took it, quite honestly. And that's very after party. Dick riding in the after party, metaphorical and literal. Holy cow. Okay, yeah, so Dr. Abigail, sorry, and Stella, you should definitely check the Discord for a bunch of gluten-free stuff that Megaleech has been posting. Were there memes of Germany boosting military spending in 2023? I don't know. The Simpsons jokes about Germans I just find really weird. I mean, it's like I guess what they're saying is like, is someone acting like Nazi Germany never happened? Stella, definitely. If there's something about the after party on bingo, tick that square. Because you got me talking after party stuff. Also, because I just said it, I love dick riding as a metaphor for I don't know, flattering someone and sucking up to them. It's a funny expression. Sorry, I love excellent logic. Safi, you're on top of it. Putin hates the German military, so you hate Putin. So does that mean you like the German military? It's like the old argument: is the enemy of my enemy my friend? Not necessarily, because they may be your enemy also. This is where binary thinking is very dangerous, not just in terms of sex and sexuality. Thinking in purely binary terms will both limit you and potentially mess you up. But other things as well. Politics and international relations are not necessarily binary. Friend and foe are not the only options out there. I think I might soon, when I finish this, I might go get some more ice and some more soda water, actually. Safa, I think with rum chocolate, because certainly some of the chocolates with the alcohol flavors actually have real alcohol in them. I think if you ate enough of like alcoholic truffle chocolate to be over the limit, you'd actually be more in danger of throwing up. You're not on my Discord. Well, what I will do is how does this shit work? So you're speaking about being a boomer for it. I've got to remember that's how we get the invite. It actually took me a second to remember how to invite you. That's the Discord link. So yes, I'm not holding the boomerism against you because it took me a while to remember how to actually get an invite for you. Now I've got the fucking hiccups. Okay, stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that right now. Stop that. I'm so glad these two pieces of artwork finally got a home. These are artworks I bought for Mrs. Angry at different times. The sort of limited edition prints. Oh, that's right. That bloody name, Jareth. God, those default things Discord does to welcome people are they vary between cutesy and disconcerting. It's all good in the hood. But I might even get some chippies. I'm tempted. I am tempted. Go out and get some more ice and some sody water and maybe some chippies. Because I do have some chippies in the kitchen. We shall see. So, wonder how late Mrs. Angry's going to be up tonight because she's got the new Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom, and she's really into it. So she might be up super late playing that. Actually, I don't know. So yes, young Ms. Angry bought it for her birthday, which was very nice. Sorry, I just had a little rhythm. I don't know. I was tapping on my desk if that came through. You closed your bingo card. Oh no! I have no idea what that is. Safa? At this stage of the night, I can't even process what that might be. Because I am so very easily confused. Because I am an old man. So. Oh. Okay, so it's Nintendo Switch with an OLED screen. No, we got the Switch when it came out, basically. So it's not a new Switch; it's an old Switch. So, but yeah, that's the whole thing. So I might play a bit more AIDSy. I want to go out and get some ice and another soda water. Oh gosh. Oh no, trying to do it on your phone. Oh no, fuck that. Yes. So if you got the Switch on launch day, I don't think I got it on launch day, but it was basically like, oh, there's a new Zelda game. Have to get a Switch and get the Zelda game. Never regretted that. That's a fucking awesome game. Yes. See, that's my generation. So Ice Ice Baby. Vanilla Ice Ice Baby. So I might play a bit more AIDSy zombie apocalypse intermission. While I excuse myself. Okay, so you don't need me for this. We'll do a bit more of this. And I'll be back in a minute. Oh no, his head fell off. It's time for me to come back. There we go. Oh, I have a Wii U. I'm not sure if we have a Zelda game for that, but I do have a Wii U. I have a bunch of game consoles. Nintendo 64, PlayStation 2, Wii U. Oh no, this is my alcohol. This is my liqueur. I might have a bit of that. I feel like I'm at least half Tim Smith at the moment because I mixed my soda water with a clarified cocktail. I think I just need to drink soda water for a while, so we don't get too out of control because it's only 10 o'clock. Don't know how long I'm going to last, but I don't want to get so wasted that I don't make it past 10 o'clock. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Mature cheddar and chives chips. Ooh, ASMR. Oh, all right. Kind of. Don't remember the name of the. Those are both by the same artist. Yeah, I thought that actually might have been loud. Too loud to qualify as ASMR. Chips, Safa. Which reminds me, because Dr. Abigail's into like gross Dr. Pimple Popper stuff. When you play the free games, you get all these ads. I was getting. Oh my god. Okay, so Dr. Abigail, if you're there and you with pimple popping stuff, there is an app called Happy Hospital ASMR Doctor, where the whole thing is pimple popping and cysts and pulling worms out of people. It popped up in the ad for a free game. I just thought, yeah, Dr. Abigail's gonna like that shit. So yes, an app called Happy Hospital ASMR Doctor, which is apparently just like pimple popping and pulling maggots out of infections. It looked thoroughly disgusting, and I thought Dr. Abigail would probably like this. Hey. These are pretty thick cut. Tyrell's Crinkly Crisps. Let's do an unpaid advertisement. Tangy hit of mature cheddar cheese with oniony twang, most snippable of herbs. So these are very crunchy. Oh, Justin, there are a freakish number of pimple popping videos on YouTube. There's a fucking TV show on those streaming services called Dr. Pimple Popper. It's full on. This ASMR doctor thing, quite unsettling. People with various suffer. I think that's in all the supermarkets. But I got that, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. It was on like half price special at Woolworths, I think. I'm a sucker for things that are on half price special. And yes, Dr. Pimple Popper is actually pretty mild. There is shit on YouTube that is just full on. People have recorded themselves at home doing home surgery. Which reminds me, there's a thing I wanted to do a bit of home surgery on myself. Y'all don't want the details. Let me tell you. Okay, I'll give you one, a very mild. Okay, so I was a chronic nail biter. I'm not, and I haven't been for years. So my nails grow long, but this one, I don't know if it's come across, it always splits when it grows. So I've cut it right back. You can see, I don't know if you can see, these ones, the nails are, I trim them, but they're reasonably long. This one, I had to cut it right down because the fucking nails split. It's just always, oh, botfly larva. That is a thing. Okay, talking about this and stuff's appearing on Discord. I'm slightly disturbed. Don't just don't zoom in. That's an old thing of someone posting a kettle for sale on eBay, and they were naked in the reflection on the kettle. Oh, good, nice. Got a message from Salumi. Sorry. Again, I believe this is a bingo square, but being horny on Maine, yes. Justin, that is an excellent video title. What's up my butt challenge, Twink edition. Sorry, I also missed Safi, you asked something about Jamaican rum. Lots of people like Jamaican rum. You get lots of rum comes from the Caribbean and South America generally. So Stella, your mum's nail always used to split down the quick. Doctor removed it, grew back normal. Oh, okay. I don't know that I want someone to remove my entire nail though. Yeah, horny on Maine is a bingo. Yes, but that's the reflection of a naked person in a kettle is a real thing, and I think the person actually did it on purpose. It was like posted for sale on something. Thank you, Jazzy. On the Discord, Jazzy actually shared the "What's Up My Butt" challenge, Gay Twink edition. Oh dear, very funny. But this is the funny thing. Like with this nail, I cut it way down to below the point where it's split, and let it grow out. And then at a certain point, it just fucking. And only this one, none of the other ones. It's really fucking annoying. Kind of, this is what I love about it. If someone says, "What do you talk about on the live streams?" Well, sometimes we talk about being horny on Maine, and sometimes I talk about my fingernails splitting. You never know what you're gonna get on an angry live stream, basically. Do I remember Super Tim Smith? Oh yes. No, that was fucking hilarious. I thought I had switched the microphone off, but I was so Tim Smithed, I couldn't get it. And as I was talking to my son who'd come home late, and because my microphone's quite clever, it upped the gain trying to pick up my voice when I was on the other side of the room. And I would come back and people were saying, like, turn your microphone off. And I leaned in and drunkenly said something like, shut the fuck up. I turned my microphone off, you fucking animals. And then something pinged like, why would they be telling me to turn my microphone off if it was turned off? I do remember that. They'll numb it up before they remove it. Really? I was just expecting to walk into a doctor's surgery and some psychopathic medico to just rip my nail out. I hate even cutting it down this much because it was longer, so the end didn't go. But I cut it yesterday. It was sensitive for about a day. It's not really sensitive anymore. It's a whole thing. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at some massages. Oh yeah, no, the youngins are doing pretty well. We caught up on Wednesday night. They're all good. They're fucking adults. They're incredibly competent. I don't want to claim too much credit for raising a couple of really competent young adults, but they are very competent and together people. So gotta, they're good. But yeah, we had a fun night in an Italian place in the city, which was nice. They make good martinis in this place, actually. Mrs. Angry and I do this thing, not all the time, but it's a thing we like to do in places. We order one dirty martini and one dry martini, and then we swap them like sip for sip. Like sip a nice, just bracing dry martini, and then a nice salty dirty martini. I don't know why I feel compelled to say it that way. I don't just I don't want to just say dirty martini. It's dirty martini. Do my offspring share my political beliefs? Broadly, yes. They're their own people. Um, but yes, they hate the fucking Nazi types. Silly mouth hurting, not in a good way. All right, please take care of yourself, Stella. Lovely to hear from you this evening. And yes, please take care of yourself and be well. It's a whole thing. Oh, I put a lot of ice in my glass. It's like the actual soda water's down to here, but the ice is up here. It's all fine. Oofed. Another chip. Another chip. Diving in for a chip. I need to read a bit more of this book this weekend. Liquid Intelligence. It's a fucking encyclopedia. How to make vodka tea. What's in here? What is he? Oh god, using a vacuum to make drinks. A cucumber martini. Man. It's like gin, vermouth, simple syrup, saline, and cucumbers. Using a vacuum system to get all the flavor out. This book's amazing. It's a fucking encyclopedia. Treating cocktails like science. This influenced so many bartenders over the last couple of decades. Anyway, I won't get too distracted. I'll put that there. Justin, I don't know what they disagree with me on. They're young people. They're going to disagree with me on something. And look, Safar, I don't think AZ ever liked the cold in Canberra. The times when, because of health reasons, he spent weeks or months in Canberra, he was never happy. So, I literally had a dream about AIDS, and it was so mundane. It was just like a very weird conversation, which was literally the sort of conversation we would have in real life. If you're into the metaphysical things, you might say that was AZ checking on me from the other side. I don't know that my young'uns have a specific opinion on Labor's social housing plan. I fear there are some big gaps and fundamental problems in Labor's social housing plan. But, we'll see how it plays out. We're taking it one day. Oh, hey, Liam, jumping in. After 10, lucky for you, my friend. It's party night, so I'm going late. And I'm fine. And by standard measurements, I'm definitely more than half Tim Smithed. Possibly even fully Tim Smith. Like, I would fucking hate to think what would happen if I got behind the wheel of a car right now. But because I'm not Tim Smith, I'm not a self-absorbed sociopathic piece of shit, I'm not going to get behind the wheel of a car. I'm just going to safely stay at home and have you find people, keep me out of trouble. I'll just stay here. I don't need to go anywhere. Actually, it would be very funny the next time there is an inspection, like a rental inspection on this house. Because last time there was an inspection, the young'uns were still living here. This time, someone gets to come in and see the bar. Kind of intrigued as to their reaction to it. Yes, I might crash into someone's fence if I got in a car. Oh, yeah, an AZ dream. He gets into the psyche, I think, young AZ. Liam, what's the occasion? It's just Friday night, bro. Friday night is party night because the weekend follows, so I can sleep in tomorrow. So we'll just see how long I last. What's my hair doing, by the way? All right, no, I fixed it. My hair's fine now. All right, that's a bit better. Good Lord, what is going on? And yes, Tim Smith's eyes are very strange. But just generally, he's a fucking weirdo. He's a piece of shit. Weirdo's too flattering for him. I like weirdos. Don't like Tim Smith. He's a piece of shit. Self-absorbed, sociopathic fucking jerk. So, yes, Liam, Friday night, party night. We'll see what happens. I feel like I've got a mild headache. I might duck out and take some headache pills. Is Tim Smith a German? I don't know. But again, those sort of watery blue eyes of his, it kind of looks very Northern European. But who knows? He's a fucking weirdo. I'll give him that much. I've already said weirdo's too kind to him because I like weirdo. He's a piece of shit. That's what he is. He's a piece of shit. Yeah, I know, Safa. Me? Drinking too much? Oh, no. No one is just fucking... It's obviously not a hangover because it's too early to be a hangover. It's like... just a really slight headache. I don't know if it's worth taking anything for it, but maybe I'll head off the headache getting worse. Dr. Abigail grabbing another drink. That's a fine thing. I'm still drinking my soda water. The Saf has been inspired. Get another drink. All right. What was the Discord beep? Ooh, AI images. A person fence. Is this who Tim Smith ran into? Sorry, these are really weird. I like them. All right. Where are we? This little eyes in a fence post looks very worried. That looks very worried. Ugh, what am I doing? God, I'm just clicking on the wrong things, honestly. Here's a bunch of the people fence posts. That's really weird. I love it. I love it. It's very weird. Oh, God. Sorry, there was one more. This one's just unsettling. It's loading very slowly. Oh, it's a bit like a worm or something, that one. Very weird. Yes, Vic budget this week. And of course, because I work for the public service, we're a bit keen to know how many jobs in the public service they're going to try and get rid of. Don't think they'll get rid of me working in cybersecurity as I am. You don't want to be the person who cuts the cybersecurity man. Oh, Dr. Abigail, you got a drink ready to join in? All right, let me go. I was thinking I might just go out and run out and grab another soda water before angry bunching, so as to not put pressure on you. Play some lo-fi. I'll be gone for 30 seconds and then come back for angry bunch. Right. Ugh. I made an impulsive decision to get my daiquiri mix as well. Okay, but I'm back now. Oh, wow. That was aggressive. Angry Bunch Link. Angry Bunch Link. There we go with an Angry Bunch Link. So, it's also where we find out if Pat's been stealthily hanging around in the background somewhere in the way that he does, being the stealth assassin extraordinaire. All right, just getting it. Oh, still drinking a bit of sody. And who knows how long we will keep going. I might have a freezer martini a little bit later. But we'll see how that goes. He fucking was. Oh my god. Okay, I joked that everyone's favorite assassin may have been hanging around in the background just waiting. And he was. Look at him. There he
Hey,
is.
Doc.
Look at him. He was just hanging around in that stealth mode that he does. It was
yeah.
so often the last thing certain people saw that, good to see you,
Well,
man.
see me.
Good to see you. Good to see you, Dr. Abigail.
Hello.
Hey, Doc.
Hello. All right. So here we are, all settling in on a Friday night. How cold is it where you are, Pat?
Well, I don't know. 40? I don't know.
Cold? I just think it'd be probably cold.
Real cold. I have my heat on.
That's okay. You're all rugged up. You look fine. That's all right.
Yeah.
What is it here?
Oh, yeah. I saw the Molly City again.
Oh, yeah?
Cheers.
Oh, yes. Cheers, Dr.
Yeah,
Abigail.
you saw that cut, fast cars.
Yeah, saw the fast cars.
I saw that today.
Nice.
I went and saw the slow cars. Jeez, it was pleasant.
I think I prefer slow cars to fast cars, honestly. But
Uh-oh. He's adding me to the list.
I know. No. I think he just got a message. Can you take care of a problem tonight? And he's just going, I'm always on the job.
Yeah, boy.
Oh,
Yeah?
been told.
I was about to say that sounded dangerous. That's a. Oh, we're going to do Fast and Furious 10. I was realizing I've never actually.
I saw that today.
Oh,
I saw that today.
did you like it? That's what you saw, Fast and Furious 10.
Yep,
Right.
I saw that. It's wicked.
You like it?
I haven't seen any of the Fast or Furious movies.
I
haven't seen any of them.
I don't think I've sat through an entire Fast and Furious. I did watch the spin-off thing that had Jason Statham and The Rock in it. Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, yeah?
Sure.
Cena's on.
Oh yeah.
John Cena.
Yes, John Cena's in the Fast and Furious.
You're more friends. You're more
Oh, because
friends.
you hang out with wrestlers.
Yep.
Yeah. But yes,
Makes sense.
It's quite amazing the number of people they've got into the Fast and Furious movies. Actually, Charlize Theron and John Cena and again.
Well, apparently Vin Diesel was super pissed off that The Rock joined the franchise because he wanted to be the muscly main character.
Yeah.
And no one can beat The Rock at that.
Smell what The Rock is cooking.
Yeah.
And yes, The Rock got his own spin-off with Jason Statham as well. But it's kind of funny. Once every year or two, a Jason Statham movie comes out, and you go, "What's the plot of this?" It's an angry guy out for revenge. Okay.
If it works, if the formula works,
and it does. I'm a Jason Statham fan, particularly the Guy Ritchie films. He did Lock, Stock, and Snatch. I particularly like those. But it's like, Jason Statham is going to get angry and kill a bunch of people. I'll watch it. Jason Statham gets angry and kills people.
Me too.
Yeah, you're up for it.
I know that. Yep.
Looking for tips? Yeah, okay. Whereas brought on as a consultant. I just imagine Pat going like, no, that's not how you kill someone. This is how you kill them.
No,
Just kind of like Chris oh God, brain go blank. Saruman in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh, Christopher Lee.
It was a Christopher. Okay, yeah, Christopher Lee, because he actually served in World War II. He was a spy and probably murdered people. And the legend goes on the set when there was like some stabbing thing, Christopher Lee's just saying to Peter Jackson, "That's not what it's like when you stab someone." Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just like because he served probably as a spy in World War II, and probably murdered people. So the folklore goes that he literally said that to Peter Jackson on the set. It's like, that's not what it's like when you stab someone.
Well,
Yikes.
for king and country, hey.
Exactly. But what a legend he is, Did all those horror movies, played Dracula. In his 70s, fronted a heavy metal, did an album where he fronted a heavy metal band.
Really?
Yes, no, there's an album. Look up Christopher Lee heavy metal.
I'm doing it right now.
It's incredible. But the dude did everything basically. So I feel like it was probably like a Norse black metal band, but I'm not sure.
It's By the Sword and the Cross.
There
it's
you go.
Symphonic. It's a symphonic metal concept album. Fucking hell! Oh, I fucking love symphonic metal. Is my fucking jam.
Yeah, particularly if Christopher Lee's in there, but yeah.
Yeah, and he sings on it as well.
Yes, no, he's the singer. Yeah. Just that voice of his, that sonorous voice he had. Yes.
He also worked with other bands, other heavy metal bands as well.
Of course.
But this is his first. This was his first full length album.
Yeah.
Wow, and it tells the story of Charlemagne.
Oh.
The first Holy Roman Emperor.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yep. Also thinking, Safa, I'm actually with you when Pat talked about the fast cars. I thought he was literally watching Supercars or Grand Prix, but it was Fast X. There we go.
Yep. I saw that today from a worker.
Well, yeah. You're always going out to the movies, which is good. You were telling us about movies last time too.
Oh my God. Christopher Lee worked with Manowar,
on
the band.
Yeah.
Oh, and Rhapsody of Fire.
That's cool.
Damn.
He's just
got a discography.
Cool dude. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And it was fucking Saruman.
Yeah.
What a legend.
I did see this in an interview once because, he late in life did mega pop culture things, Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. And there's this one thing where he's like talking in interviewers like, honestly, some fool I was being interviewed by their question was, who'd win a fight between Count Dooku and Saruman? How do you deal with someone who's that inane? And it's just like, it's like Christopher Lee being totally done with someone. Jeez, that's fucking harsh. When Christopher Lee is just like saying, "You loser, go get a different job."
That's up there with William Shatner's "Get a Life" sketch on SNL.
SNL, which is in the late 70s, I think.
Yeah, it's old. Yeah.
And that's what was funny is because at the time, he was not involved with the Star Trek fandom.
No, he
War.
didn't want anything to do with it.
But years later, like basically when they started making the movies again, he was like, he came out and said, "No, I was absolutely wrong. It was I didn't understand it."
Yep.
And because
Yeah,
one of his various
'cause-
memoirs was actually called "Get a Life."
Yeah. He owned his mistake.
Yeah, he actually said, "I was wrong." Yeah.
Yeah, because Star Trek was 3 years of his life
Yeah.
as an actor. He didn't want to
Yeah.
get typecast, and he did a bunch of other roles, which he's
He
quite
sure
proud
did.
of.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to get caught up in all the convention circuit stuff.
Yeah.
He was quite aware of the fan base, and he didn't want to get caught up in it all. So he, did the Get a Life sketch.
Yeah.
So
which was a funny sketch.
I mean, yeah, objectively.
Yeah. But they also played that
but-
up in the oh god, what Galaxy Quest movie? That is so funny. That movie is so good.
Yeah, I rewatched that recently. Yeah. Sigourney Weaver totally said "fuck that" in that
yes,
maintenance tunnel.
they re-recorded the audio.
Screw that.
So fun.
That's so weird.
This also brings me back to I keep thinking about this meme. Someone did a meme years ago, like the Lord of the Rings movie got rated M, and the way the American rating system worked, that means you can have one fuck in the movie. What's the best place in the Lord of the Rings movie?
Oh yes,
someone to say
yes.
Fuck. I was thinking about this again the other day. There's so many good spots. It's
okay, okay? Fellowship of the Ring. What's your spot?
I love putting it somewhere innocuous, like Frodo saying to Gandalf when he comes to the Shire, just go, "Oh, okay, keep your fucking secrets."
I think it should be. I mean, my first thought was right at the end on Amon Hen, when when Aragon first starts fighting the Uruks, and he like stabs one and then goes "fuck" and dies.
That would be good. That would be good.
But equally, from the special edition, where they're in the Marchwater the Midgewater Marshes,
Yes,
which is on the way to Rivendell.
Yeah,
and Merry says, "What do they eat when they can't eat hobbit?" And he's swatting away the midges. He should say, "What do they eat when they can't fucking eat hobbit?" Or something to that effect.
That's a good one. I was also thinking Helm's
delivery.
Deep,
I messed up the delivery.
Helm's Deep. Gimli should go, "I never thought I'd die next to a fucking elf."
That's wasn't in Helm's Deep. That was before the gates of Mordor.
Oh, I got it mixed up. That's the final
in Return of the King.
That's the fucking Return of the King. Gimli going, "I never thought I'd die next to a fucking elf."
What about next to a fucking friend?
I can fucking do that. Yeah, you can't say that many times.
Yeah. Or what about in the prologue where Gil-galad fucking dies with his spear and just some orc arrow comes and pierces him in the chest and fuck, and he just dies. And it's fucking Gil-galad.
Various people getting stabbed saying fuck would be funny.
Yeah, but the thing is, no one would get the reference because no one knew who Gil-galad was except like hardcore Tolkien nerds at the time. And they had an actor playing Gilgalad at the time, and
Yeah.
that scene is set in the Second Age where he died. So,
But even the recreation of the first battle against Sauron when he loses the ring and
the
Elrond,
siege of Barad-dûr.
yeah, Elrond says, "Cast it into the fire," and then just go, "Fuck no."
Oh dear.
I can amuse myself
Bring it out,
so
weird.
long
Yeah.
thinking of these things. Where would someone
Yeah.
say,
You know
"Fuck"
what?
in Lord of the Rings?
You know it's a better game?
Yeah.
Replacing ring with cock ring.
You have, all right.
Yeah, give it a shot. Give it a shot.
My cock ring is so
So-
heavy.
No. So, oh, hang on. I gotta remember the line. The cock ring. Hang on, how does it go? Oh God, how could I forget? It's during the Council of Elrond. The cock ring cannot be destroyed, Gimli, son of Gloin, by any means we here possess.
Okay, so Megaleech did actually get some AI images of
Hey.
Saruman fighting Count.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty cool.
That is so cool.
Now, this next one looks a lot more like Saruman, actually. Saruman fighting Count Dooku.
Actually,
Maybe,
Saruman in the books didn't wear white. He had a robe of many colors.
Yes, I am Saruman of many colors.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, shut the fuck up, you gay wizard. What the fuck are you talking about?
and by the end, his robes were muddy and brown, or more greyish. How he had fallen during the scouring of the Shire.
Yeah, which was slightly sad they didn't do the scouring of the Shire because, like, no,
because it really was. It was like a turning point for Merry and Pippin.
Yes, it's where they became legends in the Shire.
Yeah, and also it was kind of what's the word when someone who was kind of villainous rises to not be a hero but be like
at least they redeem themselves.
Yeah, redemption, that's it. Thank you. It was a redemption of Lobelia Sackville Baggins as well.
Yes, she was the low rent annoying relative in thing.
Yeah,
that,
who was trying to steal shit
against real evil. She actually showed depth.
She redeemed herself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not her husband though.
No, because he was dead.
Yeah.
And possibly had been eaten by worm tongue. Which was a very dark thing.
We don't talk about that.
It was a very dark thing to put in the book. Well, I like this one. This one's actually... Sorry, I was just going to share another one of the Dooku versus Saruman.
Yep.
Randomly has a lightsaber. Weirdly not held by either of the two figures. But... there's a Saruman grappling with someone, and there's a random lightsaber in there as well. Like Vader is behind Dooku. Like, no, dude, I'm backing you up for real. I'm here. It's cool.
Which is odd because Vader, Dooku predates Vader.
Yes, by a long time.
Well, not a long time.
Not that long, I suppose.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
Sometime.
No, apparently we
I
are
could
going
talk
to
about
get
Lord of the
more
Rings.
Star Wars movies in the next couple of years, and I'm
Yeah,
up
so I
for
heard.
it. I'm open for it. There's supposedly going to be one movie which wraps up some crossover TV series, The Mandalorian, Boba Fett, and the one that's about to start with God, what's her name? From the Clone Wars. Brain no worky. She was Anakin's Padawan, and
Oh, Ahsoka Tano.
yeah. So there's the Ashoka series is coming out next month, I
Oh, I
think.
so can't wait.
Oh,
It's basically
that.
it's basically a sequel series to
Yeah.
Rebels, which
Yeah.
was awesome.
And
If you haven't watched Rebels, you're missing out. It was really
yeah,
good.
and yeah, the actress playing Ashoka is very good. She's very because she was in both Boba Fett and Mandalorian,
Mandalorian.
and
Yep.
she's very good. And she's going to go head to head with Admiral Thrawn, apparently, which is a spin-off of Clone Wars and Rebels. And then there's
More Rebels.
and then they've said there's going to be a movie that ties it all together and resolves it.
Nice.
And
Nice.
it's like they are hinting at there will be some Old Republic movies, which I think have the potential to be quite good. Oh God, what are you seeing on Discord?
Oh, it's so
wow!
good. It's so
Dooku
good.
and Saruman playing in a heavy metal band. Okay, this is good.
Chef's kiss.
This is very good. Dooku
Oh,
and
that looks
Saruman
like
playing in a heavy metal
looks like
band.
Bilbo and Saruman.
That's pretty good.
Man.
That's pretty good.
The cock ring answers to Sauron alone. It has no other master.
Which again is words of caution. That's words of caution. The cock ring answers to Sauron alone.
Frodo, where is the cock ring?
I love this. Again, the one on the left really looked like Saruman. The one on the right just looks like a random old dude, which is fine. I'm okay.
That's you.
But yes, that's literally what I was going to say, Pat. Me being a random old dude, I'm okay with it. And this one again, the one on the right is a very Saruman vibe. The one on the left is just a random old dude. In fact, the white hair makes me think of Game of Thrones.
I got that cat.
I think that's in Dr. Abigail's world, a meowing cat.
Yeah, that's my cat.
Yeah. Oh, big cat.
Cat.
That cat.
That's a
no, that's not the really big cat.
No, this is Bella, my tiny cat.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a big cat.
He's asleep over there on a chair.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And you're right, Safa. Ryan Johnson may or may not be doing stuff. They're still talking about giving Taika Waititi a Star Wars movie, which would be good.
I believe that's a bingo square.
Oh yes, if I bring up Taika Waititi, that's a bingo square. And it wasn't even sexual. I brought him up and it wasn't even sexual.
Oh, you just made it sexual.
Well, yeah, I just made it sexual then. Because I can't think about Taika Waititi without thinking about sexual things.
That's weird.
No, Pat's just going, I don't know why I'm putting up with this guy. This guy's really fucking weird.
Yeah,
I'm putting up with him, but I don't know why I'm putting up with him. It's just like, yeah, all right.
No, but best friends. We best friends.
Yeah.
We're best friends.
It's like, no, Pat's going, best friends. Nothing sus. There's just Oh yes, Sartre, that's true. What's his name? Fee from the Marvel world is possibly getting a Star Wars movie too.
Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige. Um,
Yes, that's how you pronounce it. Feige.
okay, there you go. Yeah.
Then
Who the fuck knows?
there goes your pronunciation again.
Oh, sorry. I'm just your typical English speaker, just looking at stuff, going, "Well, I think it's pronounced that way," and the person is going, "No, it's pronounced like this." Is it though? You go, "Well, it's my name." Yes, but maybe you're wrong about how your name's pronounced. Oh, Safa was okay because I use this. Today is the anniversary of Marilyn famously doing that "Happy Birthday, Mr. President," and
I'm
Marilyn
so turned off by that.
Me
Marilyn was
too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Marilyn was definitely fucking both of the Kennedys, JFK and RFK. She was definitely.
Oh, I thought you meant JFK and his wife.
Oh yeah, no, Jackie might have been in there too because they were amped on drugs almost all the time because JFK had a really bad back injury from the war, and just to function and appear in stuff, they had a doctor who was putting a concoction of who the fuck knows what into a syringe and just bamming it into them when they had to go. So I think it was like a mix of amphetamines and vitamins, basically. So yeah, that was a
Apparently,
whole...
Thatcher did that during the Falklands War. Just
Seriously,
amped up
they
on
do.
like
People
vitamin. Yeah.
who have to are like, I can't afford to sleep. They major world leaders get amped the fuck up. Like Hitler was on so much amphetamines during World War II, which probably contributed to how erratic he got towards the end of it. Like after 5 or 6 years of constantly being pumped up with steroids and amphetamines, it like his brain started to turn into fucking Swiss cheese by the end of the war. Oh yeah, no, and the shit they pumped Trump with when he got COVID, I thought, okay, they are clearly sticking everything in the world into him, which is either going to keep him safe or his brain is going to erupt out his nostrils live on TV.
I was hoping for the latter.
I was hoping for the latter. I was hoping for literally an embolism of such force that his heart burst out of his chest on live TV, preferably. But they pumped him.
Did you hear
everything.
That George Santos got indicted for wire fraud, amongst other things?
Which is hilarious because that guy has been lying about everything for so long. It's just like, yeah, no, we think he's a criminal. Really? Do you think he's a criminal? I think he might be.
Yeah, I think the if George Santos gets thrown in jail, the people who will be worse off will be the George Santos impersonators on late night comedy shows.
A few people have done it.
Yeah. There's so many.
He's so weird. That guy is so weird. He makes up so much shit, and he's clearly involved in so much criminal activity.
Yeah.
And
hey, Angry.
Yeah.
This is for a friend.
Yeah.
So, you've got a big head, right?
Oh fuck yes. I have a ridiculously large head. Yeah.
So what are the things that go in your head?
Hats.
And how like you can't wear regular hats, right?
No. I literally go to specialty places, City Hatters, which is on Flinders Street Station. I've got like 3 hats that fit my head out there, and I would occasionally have fun at meetups when I was with people, like telling someone with a normal sized head, "Hey, put my hat on," and the hat would like fall down to about here on
So,
them.
so they're regular size hats, or are they small hats, or are
No, no,
they?
no, 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 no. They're big hats.
Ah, big hats. And Kirsten has just got bingo,
Okay, I thought that's what
and
it was for. There you go.
yeah, because she needs to go to bed.
Yeah, that's fair. Give Kirsten a bingo. That's a
Yes,
bingo.
that's a bit.
Uh,
Oh, that's a new addition to bingo.
yeah. All
That's a
right.
bingo.
Yeah,
The
because I was
quote.
bringing up Inglorious
Yeah.
Bastards.
Good night. Good night, Kirsten.
Good night, Kirsten. You got a bingo. Go to bed now.
And
Bye-bye.
that concludes Angry Bingo for tonight.
Kirsten wins Angry Bingo tonight. It's over.
I
Okay.
was one square off.
What did you need?
I needed, where was it? I needed you to eat the cherry.
Sorry, I almost snarfed my drink. Then I thought, look, I am literally going to eventually do that, but that's normally right.
I
at the
know.
end.
Yeah. I also wouldn't have minded if before, when like the two times you've spoken about Hitler, you
Yeah.
may have mentioned that you dressed up as Hitler. That could have been helpful. Just saying.
Just yeah. Okay. The way you keep talking about Hitler, I'd like you to bring that up more. And it's like, all right.
Yeah.
No,
But
that's
yeah,
the glory
I
of
just need.
pre-internet days. I'm not aware of any high definition incriminating photo of me dressed as Hitler. In my yearbook, there is a low resolution picture from that muck up day from in there, and it's just like when we were giving an award to some teacher, and I thought it was funny, and I'm sort of walking up to, and I'm just clapping like, yes, fuck them, they deserve this award. But I'm dressed as Hitler as I do it, but it's very low resolution, and I don't know if anyone kept any high resolution pictures of me doing it. Behind the Bitters Lab as a podcast. Okay.
Behind the Bitters Lab. What is
Combining
that? That's
Behind the Bastards and the Bitters Lab.
and Bitters Lab. Yeah.
Oh, Heine.
Oh, okay. Every time I see MTG, I think Magic the Gathering.
Yeah,
Ugh.
which is honestly much better than Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
But again, she is a quite. Here's the thing: Trump is not unintelligent. He's less intelligent than he thinks he is, but he's not completely unintelligent, and he's creepy and brutal and ruthless. Marjorie Taylor Greene is actually genuinely stupid and thinks she can do the Trump thing. And it's just like, no, you're an actual fucking moron.
Yeah.
And Trump's pretty stupid. He vastly overestimates his own intelligence, but he's not
his
as
narcissism
stupid
works against him.
Yeah, his
and
narcissism is so huge.
Well, the fact that his upbringing and the fact that he was born rich,
Yeah,
and had everything handed to him, just amplified his narcissism 1,000%.
But also, his dad was like so nasty and evil. Also ramped up Trump's insecurity. So a narcissism with daddy issues and insecurity is very dangerous.
Yeah, okay.
It's like the joke about a time machine, like, you know, would you kill baby Hitler? And it's like, I'd try to head Trump off with a time machine. No, I wouldn't kill baby Trump. I would do it when there was baby Trump on a time machine and go and grab his dad and shake him and say, for God's sake, tell your son you love him. It's just like so many problems would be averted if your son was a well-balanced person, and you are largely responsible for him to be the fuck up that he is. It's just, my God.
Yeah.
So actually, Heine, to answer your thing, I hadn't specifically heard Marjorie Taylor Greene was saying that she wanted to impeach Biden, but it's meaningless. Nothing she says means anything. She is just an idiot.
She doesn't live in the real world. Her
No.
brain doesn't live in
She-
reality.
It's like she believes the weird shit she says. And I think Trump believes about half the weird shit she said, because I've seen a few psychological studies that say if people keep repeating something that they initially don't believe, they end up believing it. The act of repeatedly saying something makes them believe it. So I think Trump believes about half the ridiculous shit he says, and he talks himself into half of it. Marjorie Taylor Greene is just profoundly unintelligent and gets suckered into it. Heidi, you saw it. She was talking about wanting to impeach Trump. I saw a different thing where a black Democrat happened to be saying, "You're a fucking nutcase," and then she just went on with, "Oh, this guy's really threatening and dangerous." And it's going like, well, that's fairly standard white people racism. A black person has an opinion, therefore they're violent and dangerous.
Yeah.
And you know, the opinion is you're a piece of shit. And it was just like the whole thing. Are you playing something on your phone, Pat? Because I'm hearing weird noises.
No, not me. It's
Not you?
Red Day. No, it's
Something in
Red
the
Day.
That's all right.
No, it's Red.
I'm playing a
Red
game.
Day.
No, well, it went away anyway.
I just paused it.
Heine, you follow a black person on the socials. That's okay. Sorry, there are so many things. I follow the people that are like. If I only followed people like me, cishet white guys, my social media feeds would suck so much. So there is a weird noise coming in.
Yeah, it sounds like.
Is it raining where you are, Pat?
Sounds like rain.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it might be
Albeit.
raining on your shed. I think that might be what we're hearing. That's okay. Unless Pat, you actually have the power to go out there and make the rain stop. But you know, it's No, you can't do that. Okay.
I thought that was in your skill set, Pat.
I was about to say I'm in awe of what he can do, but yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, it's weird. I think we're getting a bunch of cold, rainy weather over the next week. Now I just feel compelled to scintillating live stream conversation. What's the weather prediction? Actually, it's not that much. Okay, it's not that much, but it's kind of. It's not terrible for the next week. It's not great. Predictions for the next week, not terrible, but not great, considering we are in late autumn. It's not that bad. Yes, Megaleech, I think Pat's putting the rain on his hit list. Like, I'm going to sort it out. Sort it out.
They're not. I'm playing just the girls.
Sorry, you're just after the girls. Sorry, are you on Tinder? What is that? What you're doing? You're like a swipe left.
No.
Swipe right. So what? This one, she's going like, no, hitmen scare me. Okay, you're out. And someone's going like, hitmen make me horny. Yes, I don't know. I haven't done dating for 18 years. I don't know how it works anymore. And it's just like,
Yeah,
It's kind of like I was talking to a friend the other day. He's like, "How's it all going?" Ugh, I've been doing this dating app thing, and I was going, "Well, that sounds bad. What's that been like?" And they go, "Well, it's full of fucking weirdos, and I'm absolutely sure for a certain number of people, I'm the absolute fucking weirdo that they saw." Which was good.
I
They were
try
that
and
self-aware.
I try and play up the weirdo aspect.
Yeah, you can find the right weirdo.
Yeah, that's it. You got to try and find the right weirdo who suits your weirdness.
Yeah. Because I'm self-conscious every time I say weirdo as an insult. So I go, no. Weirdo is
Totally
good.
not.
Weirdo is good. Yeah. It was very funny to get messages, just do messages back and forth. I've been doing the dating sites. So many fucking weirdos. Also, I'm pretty sure I've been several other people's weirdo on the dating site. So it's just like, yeah. That level of self-awareness is healthy, I think.
Yeah.
It's just like, just going like, I'm so thankful. Yeah, I got someone who puts up with me, and we just have a nice, low-key life where we enjoy being together, we enjoy going out together, and it's like, yep, low stress. It's good.
Jeez, fucking rub it in, why don't you?
Sorry, even as I said it, I was kind of thinking that's probably a bit harsh, but yeah. Well.
Some of us are kind of struggling on that front at the moment.
Too much self-awareness falls into self-consciousness, which can be extremely debilitating. You're right. We got a balance. It's like when you start saying one thing is the thing you have to be, you're in extreme danger of taking that too far. And things that seem like positive attributes, if they're taken to too extreme a level, become negative attributes. So yeah, self-awareness is the key thing, I think. But don't fall into self-consciousness, says someone who is quite self-conscious all the time. It's really funny because having done the video stuff for like, God, bordering on 17 years now, I've spent so much time in front of a computer screen editing stuff, just seeing my stupid face on there. And particularly when you're editing and you're going back and forth and pausing and freezing, and it always freezes on things where you go. And I've always thought it was funny at at various points when I've had trolls trying to hate on me, like say something negative about my appearance. It's like, motherfucker, you cannot say something that I have not already thought myself. It's like, no, I have been staring at my own face for an unnatural amount of time, and anything you say, you can't make me insecure because I've already thought of it and I already think it, and it's just like, oh my God. And it's kind of like how, COVID, I stopped coloring my hair and let it grow, and I very occasionally get some rando like, no, you got old, and it's like,
that's how time works.
I'm sorry, you got you got fooled by cheap supermarket hair dye. I mean, that's not an indictment of me. I stopped dyeing my hair so you can see it's grey, and it's just like, and also when you say you got old, and it's going, well, I'm fascinated at what you think the alternative was, because as we have this experience of the linear progression of time, there's really only two alternatives, and I prefer getting old to the alternative.
Yes.
And it's just like, Jesus. And you're just going by my appearance. I'm going by what it feels like when I get out of bed in the morning, and my knees are going, "Oh, fuck you." And I genuinely have this thing in my head sometimes where it's like, "Oh God, fucking knees, shins, what?" And it's like, "Oh, this is just temporary. I'll feel better later." And it's like, "Oh wait, no, I won't."
No. No, this is your life now.
But you know,
This is how it is now.
This is just how it is.
I know. Pat is an expert on the alternative.
yeah. Oh, oh,
Just imagine that friendly, smiling face in a pub where someone's had a few too drinks and they just go,
oh, not
"Oh,
again.
what are you called?" And Pat just puts their arm around and goes, "I can help with that." Are you a plastic
Oh, yeah,
surgeon?
yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that. You know, it's just like,
Yes.
Will that work?
I'm
Oh,
ready for
fucking
it. Okay,
hell!
look, genuinely, and okay, this is a very weird conversation to have as like cishet white blood. Jesus Christ, I feel like it's belting down rain where you are, Pat. Is
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it's really
Yeah.
raining heavy? Yeah, okay. So,
Yep.
I deliberately follow a bunch of people.
Wow,
What
that
the
is heavy
hell?
rain.
Are you getting flooded where you are, Pat? That's just like waves
Oh,
of.
no. I
No,
here. I
no, it's just
here.
getting waves.
But that's
Yeah, okay.
inside my house. Oh, here.
You're inside. You're okay. I don't know that
Yeah, I
rain.
don't
It's
like.
That sounds like a
now.
tin roof.
Yeah, it sounds. Do you have tile or a tin? No, look, it keeps coming in waves. What the hell is that?
Yeah, it's that.
That's really
It's
wild.
that. Yeah, that.
Yeah, actually, Megalich has a point.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know, Pat, if you want to mute your microphone when you're not actually saying anything, because that rain's full on. But anyway, yes, no, I on Twitter in particular, but not just Twitter, other social media, I did make a point of when you find people who are from different backgrounds to me, so in other words, not cishet white male, follow them. And it's kind of like, sorry, I'm just going to test something here while we're talking. It is okay. The noise is on Pat's end. There we go. Okay, I just tested that. Okay. Yes. So yes, I follow people of color, people of different nations, people of different gender and sexual identity and whatnot. And the big thing is you don't have to insert yourself and comment when people who you're hoping to learn from say something. Sometimes you can just take it in. Because it is weird and creepy when white people want to insert themselves into these things. And it's weird, but it's also, it can be weird and creepy to even talk about it without sounding like you're like David Attenborough doing an anthropological thing. And so I guess in general, I tend not to drink about it, but I do, particularly on Twitter. I follow a bunch of non-white people, non-straight people, people who've had different religious and cultural upbringings to me. Because you can just see like, oh, my worldview isn't shared by everyone in the world. Even, I don't spend a lot of time following conservative people on social media. I do have conservative friends like Frank, who did the AIDS animation, comes in. Frank is a British Tory, loves Thatcher and whatnot, but he's avowedly
Yike.
anti-racist, anti-misogynist, and anti-bigot. And so, cool. We have some fundamental disagreements about politics, but he's a decent human and behaves like a decent human. And a few others as well, but it's weird. Oh, sorry, what have we got? Something's. Oh my god, what's? Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna load these. There's no spoiler till I load them. But they're pretty goddamn funny. So the prompt for these images: a realistic image of a smiling ninja assassin floating away in a flood. So this is not
Not
inspired by
referencing
anyone in
anyone,
particular, Pat.
no one specifically. No,
No one specifically inspired this, but it's a smiling ninja assassin being swept away in a
definitely
flood.
not anyone we know.
No. Look at this. Oh my god. Those are pretty funny. It's just art, Pat. It's not reflecting anything.
Yeah, we weren't talking about you.
Look at you.
Oh,
God.
wow.
Oh. Sorry, just these ninja assassins in the rain. It's just
Oh.
these AI programs are hilarious. And oh my god, okay, I've got to say this one to last. Okay.
Yes.
So just again, not inspired by anyone in particular, but
I disavow any
no. Ninja assassins being
wrongdoing.
flooded in the rain. There we go. It's these are cracking me up. Yeah, that guy's so
Yep.
happy. He's capturing the smile. My God. And
the last one.
I know I'm saving a lot. And this one, he's
Yep.
very happy. He's dropped his sword, but he's very happy. But this last one is so cartoony. I love it. That's just hilarious. Just the thumbs up, like yeah.
Yeah. That is perfect.
That one's
Just
great.
hold it there for a sec.
Yeah.
To let everyone just soak that in.
Soak that in. Just the smile and the thumbs up. It's just like, yeah.
Hey Pat, could you do that for us?
Do a thumbs up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
We're not saying you're a ninja or anything, and you definitely haven't killed people ever. We would never ever say that.
Musical Aviator.
He's muted.
Did one.
Oh yeah. I did check that out. And fuck that. When I see a sea of sharps like that, I just say nope and move on. That is. Oh, look at that.
Saruman of many
Saruman
colors.
of many colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, so that's a music thing that you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. Not the first sheet of music. That
Yeah.
one's okay. But the second one, that's no. That's just no.
So
I'll take no for $200. Thanks.
yeah, various very weird bits of music, whereas like play very loud, or the ones where there's an orchestra thing where the final thing is someone with an enormous mallet sort of smashes it on a thing. It's very weird things.
Have I told you tales of my music therapy that I started?
You haven't for a little while. Are there new tales to tell?
I'm not sure. I started music therapy, which has been awesome.
Great.
I started going strictly for autistic stuff,
Yeah.
like emotional awareness and alexithymia.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been going really well.
Good.
And they got me to make. I told you about the playlists.
Mm-hmm.
I went and because they told me to make 3 playlists, one for sad emotions, which
Mm-hmm.
was dead easy because I already had that shit nailed. I already had a depression playlist full of the most depressing songs ever that I listen to frequently. Misery loves company, after all.
Yeah. Yeah.
One for angry songs,
Yeah.
which I've ended up filling with like Billy Bragg and like union songs
Yeah.
and anti-capitalist songs.
Mm-hmm.
And one playlist for songs that make me happy. And over the course of 2 weeks, I could not think of a single song to put on that playlist.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, ugh, shit, hey. So I went to my last session with those playlists, and of course that's what they focused on.
Mm.
And so yeah, we talked about a few things. We played some songs, and she asked if like I'd played any music in. I asked a bunch of like memories of music, and I ended up finding some songs to put on the playlist, and it was
Oh,
really good.
nice. Oh, that's good.
So there was a performance I was in of Peter and the Wolf where I had like 6 bars of solo, like woohoo,
Okay.
like a full 10 seconds of just me playing in a room full of hundreds of people,
Mm-hmm.
which I like rehearsed my ass off and nailed. But like
Nice.
if you're aware, Peter and the Wolf, all the animals in that are played by specific instruments,
Yes. Yes.
and I played the part of the cat,
Mm-hmm.
which is the clarinet, and
Yep.
I did it all 10/12 bars of it
Nice.
over the course of a 10-15 minute song. So,
Yep.
piece.
Yep.
And yeah, like I ended up putting, I think, Star Trek First Contact, the theme,
Okay.
on that. Musical aviators. I wonder if I'd suck at music because
You suck at musical
it just
therapy.
bores. Yeah.
No, if
You can
classical is what
like
makes you happy, then that
like I've got a bunch of classical music, a bunch of swing music. I put American Patrol on my happy playlist.
yeah. Oh god.
Um,
See, classical music. Another clip that I just play occasionally. I either specifically search for it because I'm in the mood, or it sort of pops up on the screen on YouTube. The clip from Star Trek Beyond, where the Beastie Boys save the universe. I just love that
I
clip
like that song.
so
Yeah.
much. Yes, I've got the beats and the shouting. Here we go. And the Beastie Boys save the universe. It just cracks me up. It's so good.
Yeah. Great callback.
Yeah. Let's make some noise.
Yeah. Anyway, so I've got music therapy again on Monday, so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Sorry, I've been drinking.
That's okay.
So
So surprisingly, so have I.
What?
What?
I don't usually drink this much.
Okay, it's Friday night.
Yeah, it's party night.
I'm back on the non-alcoholic. I mixed the soda
Oh,
water.
I'm going to take this up.
with his daiquiri mix, which is non-alcoholic, but
Oh,
just to
fair
mix
enough.
things up. Yeah, I'm not going to. Probably, I don't know. It's what's 11:30. Maybe
Blah 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 blah.
have another drink
11:30. Yep.
tonight. If, how Tim Smith is Dr. Abigail on the Dr. Abigail screen.
How Tim Smith am I? Probably 2/5.
Yeah, 2/5. Okay, that's a nice measurement.
Yeah.
You have to explain.
0.4.
If you have to explain to someone who's unfamiliar with the law, Tim Smith is when you're drunk enough that you would just crash your car into someone's fence for no reason. Like you're not going to have an accident with another vehicle. You're actually just going to crash into someone's fence.
Yeah.
Which is basically 3 times over the legal limit. So yeah, it's I feel like I'm pacing.
Didn't he also crash through the dude's bedroom as well?
I don't think so. I think he just went through their wall, like the fence on the thing. I don't think he hit the house. I could be wrong though, because that's the thing that happens. How disconcerting would that be? You're in bed and some drunk motherfucker literally crashes through the wall of your house. God damn, that happens. It's like, good.
Yeah, or you're just watching TV and some dude parks his car in your living room.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah. Well, Safa says yes. So, and
right,
he's probably less drunk than you and me combined.
Yeah, I know, right?
I said less.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to look it up. Tim Smith drunk accident. What news story?
Oh God, he's a piece of shit.
Ashcam
Tim Smith, not Safa.
No, he's fence. It was a fence.
Sorry, Safa.
It was the fence.
Just the fence. Okay. Safa's only had one cider.
That's
was it a
numbers.
Dickens cider?
Way up.
He's only had one Dickens cider.
Actually, a cider maker I like spells it that way as well.
I haven't listened to that in so long. Was that a sketch or was that a just an audio thing?
Which thing? Sorry.
The Dickens cider sketch.
God, now I don't actually know what you're referencing. Oh God, what do we call it?
I heard
Ian.
And I gotta listen to it now.
Did I ruin your joke, Megaleech? I guess the magician who's lost his magic is called Ian. But yes, no, I did get it. See, you're doing dad jokes. Of course, I'm going to get a dad joke because I'm a dad. I just thought I'm just going to do like a Google search of cider. That's it. Small acres. Small acres cider. Oh God! Now I'm just looking at the shop. Am I over 18? Yes, I am. Cellar Door. They're in Orange, yeah, which is near Nashdale. Wait. Oh God! What the fuck? Sorry, my web browser is just going munted. Control zoom. Small acres. Yes, it's near Orange. Yes. Okay. So I feel
Oh,
vindicated that I remembered it. But that's how they spell cider. What are they saying now? Pear cider, apple cider. Oh yes, they're still selling their. Man, I should order that. They have a non-sparkling apple cider, which I wouldn't have thought I would like, but it's friggin' awesome.
Okay, I've posted one YouTube clip that is not the one I've heard, but it's just wrong on so many levels.
Dickens cider. Okay. Well, I don't want to get a copyright strike or anything, so I'm not going to play it on here. For the sake of the economy, gentlemen, get a Dickens cider. Okay. All right. That's something I'll have to look at tomorrow, maybe. Because cider, sorry, Safa, just the way you spelled cider just like reminded me of one of my all-time favorite ciders. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought I would like a still cider, but this mob make one. Style of cider produced in the eastern counties of England. Man, I'm freaking tempted to get it. I haven't thought, because that would make for a really good cocktail ingredient. Because if you actually have sparkling cider, you can't like shake it or your fucking shaker will explode when all the effervescence goes. But if it's a still cider, you could make it part of a shaken cocktail and it would work. Yeah. Oh, now I'm impressed to know they're still making that. I haven't had it, and I'm confident. And yes, here we go with a friggin' bingo square. I'm confident that it doesn't end up tasting like ham cider. It's just that's a weird French thing. I blame ham cider on the French. They're just not to be trusted. I believe that was a plot by the French to undermine us in the colonies, to sell us cider that ends up tasting like ham.
Oh no, ham cider.
I think that was a deliberate plot by the French.
The French.
The damn
Dun,
French.
dun, dun.
And LARP. Oh, you did Henry of Harcourt's cidery. And one of the battles was among the apple trees. That sounds like
Yeah, nice.
all right. I'll probably look at those videos tomorrow. Oh my gosh, the picture. Sorry, I've got to share these. Musical aviator larping among the apple trees. This just looks friggin' awesome. All right, let me get this. Oh god, they're loading really slowly. Come on, what are you doing? All right. So there we go. Musical aviator larping among the apple trees. That just looks super cool. I'm loving that. That's really good. And there's one more. There's one more. Oh god, this one's still not loading. What the fuck is it doing? Honestly. I'm just watching it load. All right, that's probably enough. Slow loading. And you're with some other dude with a crossbow. But that looks like such a great setting, though. Doing the LARPing amongst the apple trees. It just looks like a really good setting.
Those glasses are an anachronism.
Slightly, yes. But I think he may well have been concerned about the possibility of just bumping into things.
Sight.
Oh, those are great. That looks like a great setting. I've just got some chip crumbs left in this bag. Ah. Mm.
I threw an anachronism into my Pathfinder game
Oh,
last
yes?
session. I had an elusive NPC that the party was supposed to track down, and they
Yeah.
finally met him. He was like the high wizard, the royal wizard of the kingdom, and who's like on the out, like has been ostracized by the king,
Yeah.
and skulks around in his tower.
Yeah.
And it turns out he's from Earth. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
He wears a suit, and his name's like Dave.
Dave. Like that. Oh, I think I mentioned earlier. I'm not sure if I said this. This is one of the things where I'm going to repeat myself without knowing I'm doing it. So that goes on the bingo square too.
I'm back.
We're not playing bingo anymore, you know.
No, because Kirsten won. Yeah.
Kirsten won, yeah.
I latest audio book is the short stories, novellas, prequels to The Expanse.
Oh yeah.
And after the first one, which was a short story, there was actually an author's aside. And where I found out James S.A. Corey is actually two people. Two people work together to write the book. I didn't know that.
You mentioned that a while ago.
Very
yeah,
early
you
in
mentioned it like an hour ago.
I thought I might
Also,
have.
this arrived in the mail.
This is how you lose the time war. That sounds pretty
Apparently, it's like a romantic sci-fi novel, short story novel.
Okay.
It's tiny. It's like a really short.
Oh yeah.
Short novel. So.
Oh, the last.
It's going to be fun to read.
The previous audio
and it's
book
like
it was very long.
Got a really weird cover. It's like a dust jacket.
That's a built-in
perfect
bookmark.
bound. Is it?
Yeah.
On both sides?
Yeah, no, I've seen books like that before.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's built-in bookmark.
Weird.
That's weird.
Okay.
The previous audio book I listened to was more than 30 hours. So in terms of a published book, it'd have to be pretty goddamn big. But it was a sequel. It's an American sci-fi writer, Chuck Wendig. The first book he wrote was called Wanderers, and it was a sort of post-apocalypse thing. And this was published like a year before COVID, and the central thing was a global pandemic.
Oh, jeez.
And it's like, oh, damn, then it happened.
Yeah.
And then he ended up writing a sequel during pandemic. Jesus, it's dark and bleak because this is a fungus-borne pandemic that like kills 99% of the population. And just the stuff that happens in the sequel is fucking brutal. And it's just like,
yeah.
Oof. And it's kind of like, it's really good writing because it's like so much has happened and you feel like this must be about to wrap up. And then you go, wait, it's halfway through the fucking book. What the fuck is going? This feels like you could actually wrap it up here, but it's only halfway through the book. What the fuck is going to happen? And it goes to some dark places, basically. But
please, oh God, please wrap it up here. I can't take much more of this.
Yeah, no, it gets pretty fucking bleak and brutal. He's a very good writer, and also the people they got to read the audiobook are very good because different chapters are from the perspective of different characters, and sometimes it's predominantly from a male character's point of view, and sometimes it's predominantly from a female character's point of view, and so some of the chapters are read by a male narrator and some are read by a female narrator. which works quite well. And it's always fun to hear the narrator of these books doing the different voices of the different characters and how they
Hey.
interpret them. Yes.
I need to use the little coders room, the little
Cool.
programmers room.
Little
So
program here.
I'm going to just go pee.
Excuse yourself.
Yes, I shall return shortly. I may pat a cat on the way.
Why not? Why not indeed?
There are cats to be patted.
There are cats to be patted.
And I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean actual
literally.
cats. Yes. I shall return soon.
Alrighty. When the time is right, shall return. Oh yes, sorry. I just decided to look at news headlines, and I remember seeing a thing. Stan Grant, who I'm not a huge fan of, who's been presenting Q&A for a while, is actually retiring from Australian media because of the absolute gross levels of racism directed at him. Which is very interesting because, like I said, I'm not a Stan Grant fan, but I don't doubt for a second that he's got just horrific levels of racism directed at him. But yeah, no, that's pretty dark and bleak. It's also so funny. I see, if I look at like Google News headlines, I see so many ones about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Because well, first it's very big gaming news, and I like click on one. So it goes, "Oh, you must like Zelda. Let's show him lots of Zelda articles." I have to point Mrs. Angry to them because she is playing the game. What else is interesting? North Melbourne's two-hatted courthouse hotel reopens with British-style menu and handsome restoration. There you go. What else is US man shocked to taste coffee in Australia for the first time? Yeah. Sorry, I just love some of these opinion column headlines. My sister is with a man child and I hate seeing it. That's weird. What else is happening? Oh God, this is no, that's unpleasant. Aussie eats entire menu in 20 minutes. What the fuck is that? Honestly, professional eater. The entire menu at Marrickville's Slim's Quality Burger. In 20 minutes, he ate 15 burgers, including some doubles and triples, fries, loaded fries, thick shakes. How is this guy not dead? He ate 6.8 kilograms of food. Sorry. This is an actual sentence published in an actual media outlet. This man is ranked 10th on the Major League Eating Rankings, which ranks the top 50 eaters on the professional eating circuit. That's an actual sentence in an actual media outlet. Oh, what's popping up?
Did Pat get a contract?
Yeah, I think he got a job.
Yeah. And you're so bored you're reading news articles?
I was, but I mean, there were honestly some fascinating ones. But
Fair
just
enough.
weird headlines about quote unquote professional eaters.
That's Bizarre.
She's going in an American hot dog eating contest. He ate 41 hot dogs in 10 minutes, which placed him third. Good Lord. Joey Chestnut, who's the champion, ate 63 hot dogs. Good Lord. It's redonkulous. That's absolutely surreal. Oh, sorry. The one news headline that cracked me up. Former New South Wales Liberal leader's son charged for his involvement in a multi-million-dollar dark web drug dealing operation. Former head of the New South Wales Liberal Party, her son is apparently just taking millions of dollars in cryptocurrency payments for providing drugs that he bought on the dark web. So,
Wow. Wow.
That's, I mean, she's been out of politics for ages, but still. Yes, that's perfect. That's what we need. Oh dear.
Oh, jeez.
So I've also seen, okay, media outlets compelled to report on the roast chickens sold in supermarkets. There's always articles about them and some change to the packaging. Now there's the change to the price of them.
Why?
Because the media sucks, basically. I don't know who's an advantage of the current. You can play at 11:45 without more aggressive.
Yeah, true. Yeah, well, it was either the clarinet or the bagpipes. So
oh god, this is okay. Another weird thing. There's like some beer festival, some independent brewer decided they were going to have one called Barely Legal, and the logo looks like the Pornhub logo. And
oh god,
I know, right? And a bunch of people said, "Well, that's fucked." And the organizers of the beer festival went, "Yeah, that's actually kind of fucked, I guess, now you point it out to us." And so they're not going to be in this beer festival anymore. It's just like, and this is a weird thing because it's not like I'm squeamish or prudish about sex, but it's just like there are proper situations for this, and
there's a time and place for everything.
It's like I remember a thing from quite a few years ago, where it was a NASA thing, and some guy who was like a senior engineer on the NASA thing appeared in a press conference, and he was wearing a shirt that had prints on it that were like all these BDSM images on it.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Yeah, I know, right? And
okay.
He got in a bit of shit for it, and all these like misogynists were saying he's being victimized and whatnot. And there was this great article sort of saying, okay, I'm a professional dominatrix, and here's why this guy fucked up. And it's basically because it was a non-consensual thing. He was in his workplace where you're meant to be professional, and other people haven't consented to you doing this showing this blatantly sexual imagery and whatnot.
Yep.
That's like you just broke the number one rule of kink, in that you didn't have consent for what you did. And the workplace is not to where you talk about fucking people, basically. And he actually copped to it and said, this was a mistake. I did the wrong thing and whatnot. But
Yeah. Well,
the number of these
as he should.
the number of these misogynists who went on and on about he's been victimized, or it's like you're like, yeah, no, you just fucking suck.
Musical Aviator just posted something
Oh,
on the general
what do we
channel.
got? Is this for very sexy pilots? Pilot hub?
An embroidered pilot hub
I know.
patch.
It's really gone to great lengths there to the embroidered.
Did you know there's a flight simulator in QV in the CBD?
Oh yes, yes. No,
I've been in there.
That.
I haven't flown it, but I've been in there. I've had a tour. Had a conversation with one of the guys who runs it.
Yeah, I've walked past it many times, but yes, there's a full-on flight simulator thingy in the Queen Victoria.
I forget what plane it is. It's like a commercial commercial passenger plane. Yeah, 737, I think. But yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, no, I've walked past it a few times.
Quite expensive.
I can see that. Oh, there you go.
But yeah, they
37. Yeah.
They let me like go in and sit down and had a chat and stuff.
Yeah, it looks very interesting. There was
Sorry,
one
I'm so tired right now.
It is. It's midnight. That's absolutely understandable. I mean, honestly, oh God, I can hear Shadow being an annoying shit out there as well. Honestly, I mean, if I've got like the rule with Mrs. Angry, if I finish before midnight, that's a reasonable time to go into bed. But if I go in after midnight, disrupt her sleep. So, I mean,
if you half the reason why I try to stay up after midnight is because like you said, if you go to bed before midnight, you don't sleep on the couch. But if you go to bed after midnight, you sleep on the couch, and I go to sleep with Mrs. Angry.
Although I don't have to
like holding on here.
I don't have to sleep on the couch anymore because
you've got a bed.
Besides sex hats, there's a bed in here.
I hope you've changed the sheets since your son moved out.
I have. I mean, a young man.
And how did he sleep on a single bed for so long?
I don't know. It's
even my son has had a double bed for years.
Yeah. Well, I think they've got double beds now in their own place. But Young was angry. Actually, she got a king single because these are actually quite good beds that we got a while back.
Mm-hmm.
She actually voted for a king single, but I don't know. Young Mr. Angry
What's
never
a
really
king single?
It's you'd have to look up exactly, but it's bigger than a single, but smaller than a double.
Okay.
Someone decided that should be a thing, a big single bed. I know, right?
You know what? The great thing about standards is that there are so many to choose from.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh God. See, musical aviator, you should be going to bed. You've got to do practice. You've got 6 hours and it's cold as fuck. Yeah. So okay, I can hear Shadow being annoying. So I might actually retire for the evening.
I too shall retire.
So I'm going out for a whiskey event tomorrow night, but probably be doing a stream on Sunday night. So we'll see what happens.
I shall be in touch about tech support.
Yes, we should talk about that because yes. Oh, apparently if you put 2 king singles, it's the same as a king size bed. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Whereas 2 singles
Fair
is the size
enough.
of a double. There you go. All right.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Anyway,
All right.
Navaya Melon
Fabulous people.
Minutes to Aid.
See you another time, mayhap.
Live long
But
and
say bye for now.
bye.